Welcome, Ultra Earth, Switchy Sisters, and Denonites alike, to episode 52 of the weekly episodic gaming adjacent livestream podcast show. This is Switch to Ultra on Tuesday nights, like we never even left. After years, over a decade, of Rockstar making one of the greatest, biggest, most expensive games of its generation, exceeding its console generation, after multiple leaks and insider scoops and trailers and teasers and upfronts and speculation. Today, May 26, 2026, we finally see the proper release of Grand Theft Auto 6. Or we would have, had it not been delayed late last year. Whereas now, the game is coming out in November, and we get nothing this week. Nothing that we can really dig into. I will say that we were gone the previous week. We were on a trip, and because of that, I haven't had the opportunity to play the new Lego Batman game, and more importantly, the new lore-heavy 2D Yoshi game. But we will have more intel on that next week. I'm your co-parent, BH Ultra.
And I am your co-parent, Switchy.
And I'm your Funkle Dan.
And if it sounds like my voice is very grainy right now, if I have totally blown out my laugh box and been gargling nails, I would like to plant this blame firmly on my co-host, the Dan the Man Show, because there was a panel held late at night called the Fox Box Rocks, where they pit multiple adult animated series against each other in a bracket format. And I was front row, so I probably didn't need to be doing this, but I was fighting for my life to get Futurama up there, because I have a Futurama bias.
I mean, for what it was, it made it pretty far. Final Four is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to talk about the panels if we're gonna upload them at a certain point, but the way that one turned out is crazy. That bracket, I don't know if anyone could have predicted
that
the way
one
that
was
set
insane.
Up. Right. Well, you could tell there were shows that had shooters that I learned a lot from the cartoon community. There's a lot of shows that people feel very strongly about that I did not know. I mean, we gave Nintendo the full American Dad experience. I feel like we got all the best ones in there.
Yeah, for sure we did. For sure. 100%.
So what was the deal? He hadn't seen the show prior to that?
He's only seen 2 episodes prior, and it was the bowling episode and the pilot. And the bowling episode he saw for a video he did with the one and only, I don't remember the guy's name, but it was for a sports video crossover with a few other cartoon YouTube reviewers, and his was top 10 bowling episodes, and the American Dad one was number 9. And that was the only other episode he's seen other than I think the pilot.
That barely broke the top 10.
I know, right?
That's as much as we have to really...
So I'm trying to do a service.
You're right. Yeah, this is good marketing. We had a little bit of cross marketing. Really,
exactly.
it's a business expense. What we did was a networking trip where we networked. We did a lot of big business deals.
Exactly.
Behind closed doors, under closed tables, under cloth tables. But overall, had a really good time. We can talk about the weekend as a whole.
Yeah,
but
it was
also,
a blast.
I mean, quite honestly, we have our regular segments, we have our Smash moveset of the day, and we have our Nintendo Direct, but before playing Lego Batman and before playing Yoshi, not a lot has gone on. I mean, honestly, for our chart over here, the weeks have gone on, but nothing has really changed about our speculation. We do have... Would you say 4 or 5? I guess 5 more Thursdays, or that 5th Thursday will be the release of Star Fox. It's crazy to say, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself because we haven't even gotten our hands properly on the Yoshi game, but the next Nintendo game we have coming out is that Star Fox game. And I knew that it was announced close to release. We knew that was going to happen, but we're going to be playing the Star Fox game in only a month's time. But speaking of a month, I mean, we did skip a week or so. So May is almost over. I mean, this upcoming Thursday will be the 28th, so it'll be the final week of May if I have this correctly, sort of, give or take, counting the weekend as well. And then we're coming up on the first week of June. The interesting thing about that June 4th Thursday, so that episode will be on, I suppose, the 2nd. Maybe we could talk about it after, is that June 5th last year was the release date of the Nintendo Switch 2. which means in only, I guess 2 weeks' time would be the way of putting it, we will be completely done with the first year of the Nintendo Switch 2. And I just want to ask you guys, do you think, well, I guess we can also save our thoughts for when we talk about that first year. Maybe we'll rank the individual games, but just on like a vague general sense, did the first year of the Switch 2 go the way you thought it was going to go?
I guess the answer is more yes than no.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because, in terms of the games we got, the things Nintendo's announced, it feels kind of more, it hasn't, well, for the most part, it's kind of stayed within my what I would have seen as possible. But there's also been a few things Nintendo has done that's just very much not their usual means of doing things. And what I mean by that is I think about, the Star Fox game. I think about the fact that the Star Fox game was announced like a month or two before it came out. That's just one example, but I think Nintendo has been changing just the way it announces stuff, and that's the biggest thing. I think like Nintendo is kind of changing the way it interfaces and communicates with its fans, which has been kind of interesting.
Yeah, we do. I mean, the chat is right. We do have the Summer Games Fest coming up on June 5th, but that will also be after that anniversary date. I don't imagine that Nintendo will have a lot to show off at the Summer Games Fest because they
no, I can't
often
imagine
don't.
at all.
I do still think, I mean, if we're believing the gospel of Nate the Hate, just off of getting that Star Fox game correct, I don't think it's impossible to get a June Direct or just a Summer Direct in general. I think that we have a little bit of runway, a little bit of tarmac to get to that moment. The only thing we're missing of the initial announcements is a release date for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and I guess Duskbloods, which they really could just reveal in a trailer like they did for Yoshi. They just either do a quick Fire Emblem Direct or just posting a video to YouTube and being like, okay, well, this is coming out in August or September or something. But after that, there will be a lot of games that we don't know about. And while they could keep doing the Star Fox thing, where they have individual 15-minute directs, I think it would behoove them a little more to have a full summer direct to show the slate of later games, or at least taking us from the summer to the fall, the autumn, the rise and fall of Nintendo. But yeah, like I can't even say that the first year was bad, because looking at the games on paper, a lot of them are some all-timer games. I think Bonanza's fantastic. I had a lot of fun with Air Riders. Pokopia is kind of its own thing that I think it was a little bit of a sleeper hit. Obviously, it was very quickly overshadowed by Tomodachi Life. It's really good, but it doesn't have it doesn't have enough jank to be as timeless as Mario Kart Wii and Smash Bros. Melee. Weirdly enough, those games are held up by their community because they've like fully cracked those games. Like they have their own meta developing because they're kind of fucked up. And I don't really see that happening with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I do think that people are just going to keep playing Mario Kart World. And, hopefully any day now we could be getting that DLC. But I'm not holding my breath anymore. I think I haven't given up on Mario Kart World because there's still some more to do in that game. Maybe I will go back to it. I'm hopefully putting something together for the first year of the Switch 2. But I don't have the same, without the DLC, I don't have the same interest. There's not a lot pulling me back. But it wasn't a bad year. I think it was just like spaced out weird. Because the holidays specifically, like October to December, it felt like we were getting a new game every other week, sometimes every week. But there was a period of time from the summer to that time where like Bonanza was in July, but between that it was just like a couple Switch 2 editions and Drag X Drive, I guess. And Drag X Drive was
everyone's favorite game.
Yeah, I won't call it a disappointment because, it was what it was, but it was probably a disappointment for them because you don't really hear about it as much anymore. But that's where the confusing, or rather the tumultuous way of describing whether or not a game was successful or popular. You can't always go off of the concurrent players argument. I know that PlayStation is soon to be rolling out the same concurrent player tracker that Steam uses. And you see it a lot when people are yelling at each other online that there's like, oh, well, this is a dead game because this amount of people dropped off and stopped playing it after this certain point. And it doesn't really apply to single player games. Although Drag X Drive doesn't have a lot of single player qualities to it. It is fully an online game. And if people aren't playing online, then the game really isn't anything. However,
Yeah, I mean, that is an unfortunate effect, I think, of almost every single one of these games, is that, like, you know, there's no online play, there's no online group. Like, the thing with Drag X Drive is even, like, these games that are dead still have their niche groups. And unless I'm, like, reading this wrong, I don't think Drag X Drive has its niche group. There's no group being like, we gotta play Drag X Drive right now.
They call those Discord games because you have to be in a specific Discord server to find a match.
Exactly. I'm a little like confused, like what exactly is supposed to... I understand it's sort of supposed to be a tech demo for the mouse controls, but at the same time, I mean, Welcome Tour was a tech demo for the mouse controls, and everything else is what you had to offer. And like, I played a little bit in like a demo, and maybe there's more in the full game, but like, there's just no substance to it, right? I feel like there's no substance to it.
It's fun to play for a little bit, but I haven't had the opportunity to play it locally. It does have local multiplayer, right? I feel like that would be the main appeal of it, or does it not?
I'm pretty sure it does.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes some things. That if it, you would think it would have to. The YouTube chat asking why I changed the thumbnail. You are the victim of what I like to call A/B testing. Something that I have never once bothered doing, but I thought I should give it a crack because everyone keeps talking about it. I'm getting a lot of the results back, and it seems that the A/B testing is often just split 50-50. The Clone Wars video that I released in between installments of Switch 2 Ultra, we could talk about that as well. That was the first time I've ever done an A/B title testing. Have you guys messed with any of the A/B YouTube stuff?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
really?
as much as I hate, some people are really, cynical about it, but it's just too useful to not use. I mean, especially, I use it more for titles, or I've used it more for titles, because I think, first of all, it helps you find a better title for your video, but also it helps you get a better sense of what actually works, because it's like, so much is riding on your thumbnail and title that having the best one you can possibly have is just not. It's really hard to not do that, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So
does it choose the winning one, or does it keep having? Because I assumed it was like a Netflix thing where it would just show the poster of the show to like whoever is most susceptible to click on said poster.
No, so what it is that, let's say you give it 2 or 3 thumbnails or 2 or 3 titles, and it randomly selects from them for all the people who are getting recommended the video, or they see it on their feed or whatever. And the one that generates more clicks, generates a higher click-through ratio, basically wins. And in the test, the test like period can go on for like a week, but if it's really obvious which one is getting more clicks, it'll often end on its own. Like if you just have like one thumbnail and one thumbnail that's just doing way better, like it'll kind of stop the competition when it's just it's like when the losing candidate concedes the election,
Right. To have all the, let the votes go towards all the other ones. Yeah, I've just been using it as an opportunity to make like simplistic thumbnails. I don't think that any of the new thumbnails I made have been winning though, so it seems like people will click on the original ones anyway. But the title was honestly, it was less about like, oh man, I've kind of given up on the whole chasing clicks thing. Now I just want to make stuff I want to make. I mean, honestly, the Clone Wars video is still under dispute right now, so it'll probably get lifted in like 20 days, but I didn't want to wait that many days. I wanted it to go up on the same day that The Mandalorian and Grogu came out, and I have heard not great things. This weekend was a bad weekend to not see a movie because now I'm behind a little bit. It seemed like a lot of interesting stuff is out in theaters. There's that. I haven't seen Sheep Detectives or I Love Boosters. I've heard.
Oh, that I gotta
keep-
say that movie banged so hard. It's so good. It's such a banger. See Sheep Detectives. That is the takeaway from this.
Well, the thing is, people keep posting about Obsession too, and like I guess it's been 2 days, so the embargo's been lifted, and people are just ready to spoil shit. So I gotta get on. I need a day. I wonder if I can fit 3 movies in a day. It really depends on what stuff I get done. I think it's doable, but it's also the end of the month, which means I gotta see my live show. There's a lot going on. I honestly, let me tell you, Dan, I've been tired for 2 days. Like, I came back yesterday. I had my flight in the morning, and I'm like, all right, this is a bum day. I'll just chill for this day, and then I'll wake up reinvigorated tomorrow. And today is tomorrow, and my legs are so sore, and I'm just exhausted all the time. You would think the vacation would reinvigorate me a little bit, but I feel like I'm just fully shot. I got to get back into my ethic. I got to get back into the system.
Well, to be fair, we were constantly on the move. We were constantly going places. We were constantly like that Saturday at like 5:30. It was literally like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm not complaining. I loved all of that, but like it was like a lot.
I mean, what we did for I can speak from my experience. What we did of the convention is I just use these as an excuse to hang out with people nowadays. Like, there's no one there are people I respect. I think I was talking to Nick about this as well, that like, as a kid, when I would go to conventions, I would wait in line to meet YouTubers because it was like a big deal to me. I'm like, holy shit, I want to meet these people. And I'm by no means trying to have a big head or like imply that I'm like on anyone else's level, because I guess there are levels to this, but like, it feels a little weird to wait in line to like meet a peer, I guess. Like, there are people I respect who I'll shake hands with and be like, hey man, thanks for your stuff. But I won't like, I don't have the fandom anymore. I mean, obviously I'm fans of all of my friends. Like, I really like everyone's stuff. And there's a lot of people that I would like still am a fan of, but I would love to work with them in the future. So I don't have the I'm not trying to make a divide between creator and fan, but sometimes there is a little bit, just like from a boundary standpoint. And so I really just go to the conventions now just to hang out with people as an excuse to do so. And that Saturday was a good example that the only panels I went to were the panels my friends were on. And because those are really the only ones I wanted to see. And they were really fun because we basically just packed the front row with everyone and would not heckle, but you know, it's sort of like a group conversation. I will say that I haven't gone the previous year. I went 2 years ago and I didn't get really to experience a whole lot of the con. Switchy, we did find the Smash remix setup, by the way. We got to play that again.
Oh, we did play a little bit of that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there were 2 games in the arcade as well that we can talk about. There was this one game that we really fell in love with that I believe is just called Sega Tetris.
Yes, it is Sega Tetris. It's for the arcade and the Dreamcast. I looked into it. It's really just like fun. Like
it's just
you
Tetris.
Can't go. It's so hard to go wrong with Tetris, but like the presentation is great.
Right.
The gimmicks are great. It's just like a fun time.
They got all the characters and whatnot. They got dog or monkey. You could play as dog
or a monkey.
Yeah. It's a tough. You would think it's a tough decision, but I think we ran the numbers, and I think monkey won pretty consistently.
No, dog won consistently.
Did dog win? Well, I mean, consistently,
dog
Dan
won consistently,
is what we learned. I didn't get to play it with everyone else. Some dude did get sick on the DDR machine. We weren't there for that bit.
Oh, yeah.
But we heard about it after the fact. It's not a convention if that doesn't happen. Because, like, I'm on the level I feel where like a handful of people will approach me, but I can still like slink by and be comfortable. Like I'm not being swarmed like some of our friends. But there was one time we were trying to move through the marketplace, and then we saw over maybe later, like during that, like Koryax Kenshin was there, and he had like a swarm of people. It was like.
You could not move like at all.
Yeah. It was, it's like whenever Kai Cenat went to New York and he's like, come find me, or they did the Tanacon thing. Like it was really just underestimating how many people would show up and swarm which isn't really on him. He was just there, you know, but it comes with the territory, I guess. There was, despite what you may think, there is a difference between real world and Twitter world. The Amazing Digital Circus is still very big. It's as big as it ever was. I think that's the most consistent cosplay I saw. Either we saw a lot of different Jaxmaids, or is one Jaxmaid moving really, really fast. And they have, I think, the voice actors from that show had
I
a
can see
panel,
that, yeah.
and it led all around. But yeah, that was just, those were like the main things. We managed to scuff on by.
Right.
I will say that if you don't know, you can't look at me right now. I'm gonna have to change my animated design. That I shaved the top of my head, but kept the hair on the sides so I could properly do my Greg Universe and Carl from Aqua Teen cosplay. And I did those 2 separate days. For Greg, I wore the sandals, the jorts, and the white tank top. And for Carl, he wears longer elastic jeans and a chain over it. So I knew that I wouldn't be Carl until I wore those elastic pants, which I'm wearing right now, very comfortable, and that chain. But nobody, not a single time, thought I was Greg. They thought I was Carl the entire weekend, regardless of which one I was wearing. And it's not even, it's one thing to be like in a cosplay and people think you're cosplaying something else, but it's another thing where people are like, oh, are you this thing? It's like, wait, no, I'm going to be this thing tomorrow, but you have to, I'm not even in full form yet. But yeah, the bald pick was real. Yeah, I was surprised by the amount of people that thought I was wearing a bald cap. No, I just shaved my head. I mean, there's video of it. It's really hard to fake that.
Yeah, initially I thought, oh, he's doing a bald cap, but then a little bit later, I was like, well, I mean, this is not something that is,
Yeah,
how do I say, this is not unprecedented.
Right. Well, that was the thing. Like, I
don't
wanted to make
remember
a big deal
what
about it, but I was like, I can't do a video where I shave my head again. I already did that, so I might as well make it look stupid.
I don't remember what the enticing incident was, but I remember we were talking about something.
Right.
And I think it was like, I made a joke about how like we were trying to like sneak into something. I'm like, I got an idea. We'll just shave your head and say that you're somebody else.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good to go. And then you like lifted up your bandana, and I saw like the bald head. I'm like, oh no.
Well,
oh god.
It actually reminds me. This actually reminds me of a comment I once got. Like, I got a comment one time where someone was like shitting on me for my hair, and I said, "Well, I'm glad you hate. Well, you'll be happy since you don't like my hair, because I actually shaved it all off one time." And then that person was like, "Oh yeah, I think I saw your video where you did that," and I'm like, "Yeah." Damn. But that didn't actually happen. They just thought I was you, I guess.
I still get comments on, like, you can tell someone left a comment before the video is over. I still get comments on either the Izzy video or, like, that second Total Drama video where people are like, wow, this hair looks really good. And they're not being ironic. Like, they're just, I track their comments and see them going through the stages of grief. I didn't lie, but like this is true. Like, this is actually why I do it. But I'll be honest, I did comment it just so someone would feel bad. But I got a comment one time that was like, oh my god, like, can you wear a hair tie or something? Like, please stop touching your head. Like, you know, I mean, that's rude, but it's just a YouTube comment. It happens. So then I responded, instead of like fighting back, just being like, yeah, man, I'm really sorry. Like, I have this like nervous like OCD tick a little bit, which is true. That's why I keep touching my head, because I'm doing it right now even though I'm bald. Like, I just instinctively touch my head, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I have this tick where I touch my hair. I'm trying not to do it anymore. And immediately the comment was like, oh my god, like, I'm sorry, I had no idea, like, I'm sorry, like, immediately conceding. And it's like, man, if you would just assume that from the beginning, we wouldn't have had to have this conversation. I did also, not to call anyone out, but I can't not bring it up because it's really funny. But I was on a Total Tomodachi stream, I guess not last week, but the week before. And it was a Total Drama fan being a Total Drama fan, just demanding I only make Total Drama videos. And I wasn't being polite, but just in the simplest terms, I'm like, hey, like, fuck off. Like, if you want me to only talk about Total Drama, because you can't. At a certain point, you do need to be polite with people because, you know, everyone has their own experiences. And they weren't, like, super being rude. It's probably, like, someone who's kind of young if they really like total drama. But you also, like, it's a boundary thing. You can't concede to that. You kind of just have to be like, no, I'm not going to do that, actually. You can fuck off. And their response to me being rude was, like, to immediately turn on me and be like, well, fuck you. Switchy makes better total drama videos anyway. Which is true, but it's really
Well, I
funny.
was just saying, well, hold on. He might be cooking.
Right. It's like, do you not? But, like, we're friends. Like, I just like the idea of someone seething mad. They're like, I'm going to watch Switchy's total drama video. And then it gets to the Beardo section and getting even more mad. And this person since has, like, left more hate comments on other videos. It's like, I know your heart isn't in it. Like, if you were leaving these comments before, then I would believe you. But the fact that you weren't leaving them and then you had an altercation with me and now you're like, oh, dead channel, this dude fell off. It's like, you don't believe that. You're just angry that I yelled at you. I didn't even yell, but I do think there's something about breaking down that barrier, because I think people do get really bold when they talk about or talk to creators because they assume they're not going to see it. This is something we've seen before. I mean, similarly bold. I want to get back to that bandana story with Dan as well, but I don't know what was in the... Well, I do know what was in the water at MomoCon. There was one day where... what happened with the water? There was, like, an advisory...
It was, I guess it was like a water main burst or something, because
Okay.
Atlanta is not the best when it comes to rain. Like, structurally, it's, I love Atlanta, but there were some issues they had with rain. So, water main burst, and all the water just wasn't working. And the ones that was working, because of the water main burst, they had to fix the pipes, and then stuff gets into the water, and you have to, like, boil the water, basically, in order to drink it. I lived in Hoboken for a little bit, so I had that happen a few times to me, but it's never fun.
I woke up that morning and I was like, oh, what a bright and shiny, I'm ready to start the day. And I brushed my teeth and I swished the water around and I spit it back in the sink. And then I left my hotel room and entered the elevator to see a big sign that says, do not drink the water, do not use it to brush your teeth, do not put it in your mouth at all. Which, that was a happy thing to see as soon as I did all three of the things it told me not to do. But yeah, so we do know what was in the water in Atlanta, but specifically this MomoCon, people were very bold about their stances on things. Nobody was, like, heckling, but, it's people really wanted their opinions to be heard during other people's panels, and they decided to say said opinions out loud during the panels, even though a lot of them had Q&A sections. And I will attest that, like, most Q&As are rough for most panels. I think we got off scot-free this weekend, but if you ever watch, like, specifically with, like, actual people on TV shows, whether they be actors or voice actors, like, a lot, like, I used to watch Comic-Con all the time to see new releases of all the cartoons I liked, and I would have to, like, double speed through the Q&As because they were always really tough. Because people will line up, they just want an excuse to talk to these people, and then they think of a reason to be up there. They think of a question. But that's the risk you run. Now that I know that a lot of the panels were just PowerPoint presentations, and by the way, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased of my good friend, but I do think that Dan had a very specific single panel that was probably the best one I saw that weekend. That one was really fun.
Thank you very much. I will, just to go off of what you said, that Pan panel was rough at points. Not with anything with Pan said.
No.
That one was rough with some of the stuff people were doing. Like, one of the questions was literally, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, was like, what was it again? I was like, yeah, okay, so I know you voiced yourself in Loki IRL, but, like, you're kind of stuck. Are you gonna recast Loki?
Yeah, when are they gonna recast Loki? Because Pan does
the voice gonna recast Loki.
Yeah. So when are you gonna change his voice? Well, that wasn't even the Pan had a panel earlier and, like, I love Pan, I love his videos, I love his cartoon, but he does not have the same, like, I guess, inhibitions that anyone else has. Pan will just say whatever. He lives to make people uncomfortable, and that just, you'd see it in his videos. And there was a bit where, like, I was already kind of overstimulated when I was at a different panel, and then he was like, yeah, my cartoon Loki IRL, it's kind of inspired by Minora Team, this one show on Adult Swim, and I was like, I need to step out. Like, I can't be in this room right now. Yeah, that same panel they did that, and then a bunch of fucking chuds. A bunch of fucking a bunch of chuds went asked to get on stage and promote. That was a lot of the questions at that panel.
That
were
one,
people,
that
like,
one was the
asking for
roughest.
self-promotion.
That one might have been the roughest.
I've never seen people do self-promotion like that in real time in person.
Okay, wait, okay, so we gotta set the stage because Switchy might not know what we're talking about. So the very last question of Pan's Loki IRL panel was like, hey, we're doing a webcomic or something like that. Can we self-promote our webcomic? It's like, he's like, yeah, sure. And then literally this right after that, they're like, actually, it's me and my friends, and we're wearing shirts, and the shirts have QR codes in the back. So we're gonna go up on stage and we're going to block you from the cameras and turn our backs to the cameras and show off the QR codes.
Throwing ass at the
and they did this for like a solid
codes.
like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And one of the girls was just like sort of dancing while it was happening. It's just like, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, like I
Like,
don't.
come on.
I think that there's this idea that like any publicity is good publicity, and you're like, there are people who are very content brained, and I dealt with it more at TwitchCon than I did like VidCon or MomoCon, of people being like, well, listen, you gotta really grind to get your name out there. But I don't know, it's the same thing with like advertising. Like instinctively, it kind of makes me bitter if I see a YouTube ad for a very specific service. I'm like, I'm not using that service because they're trying to sell to me right now, and it like personally ruined my day or whatever. That if somebody came up to me and did that, like kept like unloading a bunch of merchandise on me, or they're like, hey, can we flash our QR code in front of your screen, that, I'm sorry, but that makes me not want to watch your thing. Like, other than, I know it's tough out there, and maybe I'm in a privileged position because I blew up a couple years into me doing this, but like, if you make good stuff, people will find it, and I feel like this is just going to create a bitterness, because there were people that I just like ran into in the marketplace that I hadn't met before that were really nice. Alice was one of them, and I'm really stoked about that.
Oh,
Alice
I love
show.
Alice. Alice is great.
Yeah, I hadn't met Alice before,
I
but
can't
like
wait
all
for
the
Dota
art
Doc.
we saw looked really sick. Like that shit was awesome. We also got those
I know Dota Doc looks fantastic.
we got those Dovin pins as well.
Oh, I don't have mine anymore.
Do you want to talk
I
about
officially
this?
sent it to Okay, so Nintendo made a tweet with you, me.
Well, first of all,
himself
Chazington
and-
made a tweet.
Right,
Friend-
Chazington made a
friend
tweet
of the show.
because he saw it. Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a friend
Interesting.
of
Oh, we
the
love
show.
Chazington here.
Right. I
yeah,
don't.
Chazington's great.
I've interacted with him one time online. I really hope there's no hard feelings. I just thought it was a funny tweet.
So he saw that Daft, aka Dovendraw, was giving out buttons during MomoCon. You know, if he was just walking around.
Yeah.
And there were of his characters like the bunny and is it a dog or a bear?
I don't know. They were smoking weed or something.
Whatever. It's a female animal. You know. Basically one normal, but then there was one of them smoking weed. And
Right.
To quote American Dad, their eyes are red because they're smoking weed. And basically he's like, I need this so badly.
Right.
So then I guess Nintendo saw this
Nintendo
and was like,
clocked
let's...
him immediately. I'm surprised he knew it was fucking him.
Oh, well, we know what he looks like.
Okay.
Like we know exactly. We've seen him before.
I haven't
So-
interacted with Daft ever. I just knew him as he was like a drama perpetrator guy. And I already don't love drama guys.
Right. But do you like total drama guys?
No. Not anymore. They
Yeah,
pitted
that's
us
fair.
against
That's
each
fair.
other.
That's fair. Sorry, Switchy.
The turf war.
So basically, it was right after. I think it was like right after Cartoons That Curse, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was after the Cartoons That Curse panel because then Daft channel was up next, and literally Nick, me, you, and I think it was either Jake or Deli or someone.
I think it
There were
yeah.
4 of us,
Mhm.
and we all went to like
The
get
Big Four.
the pins, and we all got pins, and we took a photo like the fucking we collected the Infinity Stones, and Nick retweeted it with the photo.
Yeah, we quote tweeted
And
Chazington's
it was so
post, yeah.
funny because Chaz is like, I need it, give it to me now, I need it. And Nick was like trying to contact him, but I guess he just didn't reach out, or maybe he did at one point. And then I'm like, I can do it. And then I got into DMs with Chaz, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, if you can give me your address and pay for shipping, I'll do it. And yeah, I just shipped it out today.
Oh wow, it will get to him. That's we got to get him on the show to. He's got to tell his side of this.
I know we got to get him on the show exactly. Like we have to. He's promised that he can help me meet the annoying orange. So I'm just waiting for him to. Exactly. Like I'm waiting for him to hold up his end of the bargain.
Didn't even know he was sick. But yeah,
I know, right?
I mean, there's a boldness and there's a baldness. The first day of the convention was Thursday, and that like
yeah.
By like Friday day, it had felt like an entire weekend. Like I was already not that I was burnt out, but like waking up every morning was an uphill battle. I mean, for everyone really, because we just kept staying up late.
That's what I was saying. It's like, guys, I know we want to have fun and party and stay up, but we have an early morning on Saturday, and like, I don't know why we want to make Friday night our like stay up late and party night.
I think
like,
Friday night I left your guys' place at like 3:30, and then the first panel was at 10:30.
It was at 10.
It was at 10. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a great time. I mean, like most conventions, my best times were not at the convention. I did like just hanging out with everyone there though. That first day, Wednesday.
You didn't like your favorite part wasn't the broom?
That broom was not. I still don't know. Okay, so we were walking around. I was in full. I think I was Carl garb that day, or maybe that was Greg.
No, you were Greg that day.
Yeah, and
that was a Greg day.
An animatronic robot broom came up to us, and there was no one standing by it. We didn't see anyone controlling it, and I was trying to like, I guess, square up to it a little bit and get around it in a crab formation. And I still don't know whose broom that was. That picture you have is really, really good, though. Me emoting in front of the broom. Who took the picture of the embarrassing hot dog? Was that Glem or was that Mars?
That was Glem. That was Glem. Oh, that was a terrible hot dog.
The thing about MomoCon is there are some nice eateries outside of the convention. I was at a hotel walking distance, and there was
MomoCon Waffle House. MomoCon Waffle House.
We couldn't. Okay, we couldn't go to the MomoCon Waffle House because Harada went there, and he like basically shut the whole place down. Like, and if Harada's there, you just can't go. Unfortunately.
Right. I always said there was an egg slut built into my hotel, and I've never.
Yeah, they also shut down the Hooters there. Because I was like kind of aching for Hooters.
That's nuts. Oh yeah, what was it?
Dude, I wish we could have gone to there.
Switchy, have you said that you were in the area a little bit before?
Well, I was in the Peachtree area just 2 weeks before, so I mean, I've been to a lot of the. I don't know. I mean, the weather was pretty nice. Mm-hmm. FWA is a little bit east of where everyone's hanging out at MomoCon because MomoCon's at the Georgia World Congress Center. So there's a little bit more going on that side of town. But like more of the action's a little bit more further east in FWA, but everything's really within walking distance from each other. I know my friends, I kind of took the train, but my friends actually walked through the Georgia World Congress Center from our Airbnb to the con every single day. So nice. I kind of know that part of town.
I was a little bit of a walk there, so we had an egg slut built into the hotel, and I never had it before. It was really nice, but those are some wet-ass sandwiches. They're leaking at all times. There was also this milkshake place, the Yard Milkshake Bar, and I like kept seeing it when I was walking from my place to the convention center, and I was like, oh man, if anyone wants to go, any like assortment of people wants to go, we should go. And then I think on Sunday, because our friends only had one panel there, we decided that everyone should go, which was
literally everyone.
Yeah. What is a rough count number of our group, Dan?
Like 20?
Maybe a little over 20. Yeah. And like it's not a big place. We managed to get everyone in there though, which was surprising.
Which is shocking.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked about that.
But we had to like. Half of the group was ushered inside to wait in line, and then the rest of us had to wait outside before you guys got your stuff because there simply wasn't enough real estate inside to line up. But yeah, we did that. So yeah, we had all the convention stuff throughout the weekend. Oh, I didn't explain the hot dog, right? Okay, so there were a lot of eateries outside of the convention center. But the thing about being inside the convention center is it's not super convenient to get out when you're in the thick of it. And when you're really in the thick of it, there are food stands set up around the convention center, but it's mostly $14
and the food
pizza
sucks, and it's like
$7
overexpensive.
hot dogs.
Yeah, it's Papa John's as far as the eye could see.
Right. So if you really love
Is it even
$14
Papa John's? It doesn't taste like Papa John's.
I
It's probably
think
not.
so.
It's like quote Papa John's.
It's yeah, they have a ghost kitchen. There's like a tiny
It's like it's some like weird ghost kitchen shit.
right, there's an extra A in Papa, but it's really small. It's like fine print. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a tradition at MomoCon of getting glizzies every year, and they're always, they're subpar. The buns specifically are always very cold, but like that one day, everyone was just waiting outside of I think it was the Bree and Tariq panel where they talked about their cartoons.
It was that one, yeah.
Yeah, outside of that, we were still waiting because people were swarming Tariq as they should. Great guy. And so we were just waiting. So I was like, okay, I'll go get food real quick, and I was like, I'll get a hot dog, and the hot dog I got was so skinny and like almost pencil thin. Like if you're picturing, imagine 3 pencils like wrapped together. That was the hot dog width, and I didn't even take a bite of it yet. I was like, everyone needs to see this, so I carried it over. And luckily, Glem got a picture of it. Now that is immortalized within whoever holds that picture. But I did eat and enjoy the hot dog because what am I going to do, not eat it? Somebody said, like, oh, you should go, like, ask for another one or get your money back. But I knew that was a losing effort, and I knew that people were already lined up. I don't want to say you get what you pay for because you don't, but, there's only so much you can do. So that was the hot dog inside. You brought up the bandana earlier. So the convention was Thursday to Sunday. That was the weekend. And I came in on Tuesday and then just basically hung out in my hotel that whole time. And then Wednesday is when we had plans where we did we do golf?
We
did the museum and then
No, first we did the museum.
Yeah,
we had our own little private tour.
Which was crazy. It was, Jake's Mind Palace was there, and he's a big fan of Muppets, even rivaling my fandom of Muppets, so we got basically a free tour guide there. That is where I got that sticky toy cat, and I like to get those little sticky rubber toys whenever I go on a trip, so that way they're immortalized that way. And
did you get sidelined because of that, or no, at the airport?
Oh, and TSA? No, but I was messaging you guys, and somebody in our group said they got stopped because of their rubber toy, but no, I managed to get through. I also had the white pony that Jake was giving out at his panel that I had. It was, I guess in 23, I was just watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic with Switchy, and I was getting the full brunt of the fandom because I needed an expert to watch it with. So yeah, I hadn't gotten that far, and I got that toy pony. But that day, we did the Puppetry Museum, and then we went to putt-putt golf. And it's not like an outside, like, mini golf, like, oh, there's a little course and there's a propeller windmill. It was a bunch of obstacles and props. Some of them were gambling. Some of them were pinball. Basically, as far as you can stretch the confines of mini golf and it still being mini golf. And some of that is in the video as well. I filmed way more of that day than anything else, so I had to cut a lot of footage. But it was then...
Well, I think that was probably the highlight of the day for us. I did like that day a lot. Was that night
when we went to Hot Pot?
Yeah, Hot Pot.
Yeah.
Was that night.
Where nothing went wrong at all.
Oh, yeah, everything went perfectly well. Nobody's car was locked out of.
Nobody got locked. Nobody locked the
perfect.
keys inside the car, and we had to MacGyver our way inside the car. That's neither here nor there. But that entire day was before the convention itself, and I was just wearing the bandana the whole time. And I was already bald by that point. Nobody knew I had.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's why I revealed it to Dan, and then the next day I rolled up. And there were more tempered reactions than I thought there would be, considering I looked like an entirely different person.
Well, it's because
I love the idea of you being like, guys, I want to show you something, and you like take off your bandana, showing your bald head, and like
bald.
Oh, whoa.
Bald.
Yeah, they said, "Whoa, cool." Like that's basically the thing.
I think Nick might have laughed.
Yeah. Oh, I love Nick. Yeah, well, we were also back, I think, later that night, or maybe the night after that, because I just kept going to their place to stay for long periods of time. You guys had the luxury of staying there, so whenever it got too late, you would go to bed. But whenever we're like, all right, it's 4 a.m., let's call it a night, then I had to Uber back to my hotel. But I was wearing either my bandana or my hat, and I just saw Nick looking at me, and he's like, I like forgot you were bald. Like I just blended perfectly. And I mean, even in the group picture, I love that group picture. I just look totally normal, totally innocuous.
You do. That's the crazy part.
I mean, this is why. That's the thing, is that if I ever, first of all, if I ever go naturally bald, now I've done it a couple times. Like I'm in it. I think I can pull it off. But two, there's always like some dudes who hit their 30s, sometimes even their 20s or teens, and you can kind of see it in the hairline specifically, and you know that they're covering it up because they immediately start wearing hats where they were previously not a hat guy. But I've been like a hat and bandana guy my entire life. So I think if I naturally started to lose it, I don't know if I would hide it because I find it funny a little bit. But if I wanted to hide it, I think I could get away with doing so for a little bit. Just off of the metric of I'm always wearing the bandana or the hat, just because I like how they look. But it was inconsistent weather. It was raining a lot, but it was also really hot. So I was out wearing the bandana, not because I was covering it. Well, yes, because I was covering something, but not because I was hiding it. It's more that, like, this happened to me a couple of years back when I did it. Getting a sunburn on the top of your scalp is the worst place to get sunburn.
No.
Because you can't even really put, like, lotion on top because of the little bristles in the hair. And it feels awful. Like, it's just, of all the places on my body I've ever been burned, top of the head gotta be worst one. Gotta be top 5 worst one. So yeah, I revealed that. I imagine more stuff will come to us, but I think that's really oh, right, the arcade, there was...
Well, we did run into one other person who you might know, Switchy. I don't know if you ever met them before, but I'm sure you know of their videos. I'm sure you probably left a comment or they left a comment. We actually ran into VG Marcus.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like I had no idea he was even coming, and he just showed up. It's like, first of all, my first thought was, wow, you're really tall. I was not expecting that at all. But no, that guy's great. I love him.
Quite tall.
He's taller than,
definitely
I think
taller
he was like
than
the
us.
tallest person of the group.
Yeah. I think
if he was in our group, yeah.
If I was on Dan's back, maybe we could be as tall as him.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even like think that we could be as tall as him.
We don't have a lot of in between. Our group is either pretty short or pretty tall.
It's kind of crazy.
I've never met Nick in person. He really has, like, I mean this as a compliment, he has like a Stephen Merchant way about him. Like, he's got the Stephen Merchant face, and like the way he moves also. He's a dead ringer for him, really.
He kind of is now. I kind of, yeah, you know, you say it and I do kind of see that.
Yeah. And everyone else is like, I don't want to expose Johnny, but Johnny is our height as well. So there was one moment where I was standing in front of Johnny Tuchellos, of course, from YouTube fame. Standing in front of him, and I forget who was standing next to us, but they said I was like blocking him perfectly. Like, I was perfectly Johnny shaped that they couldn't see him behind me.
It was me. No, it was me because,
okay,
I was saying, like, you were standing, like, profile, and he was, like, right behind you. I was like, wait, where's Johnny? It's like, I'm right here. It's like, oh. Well, the way you're standing, you're, like, perfectly Johnny shaped.
Yeah. Well, I had Johnny's hair before I cut the top part. Johnny's a lot more ripped than I am, though. Much better shape.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was the bit I don't know if we want to say anyone's ages, but there was someone that I learned was 24 in the group, because I was under the impression that I was the youngest.
Yeah, we'll keep it vague right now.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm only a year above you, and then I like showed the baldness that I shaved. I'm like, this is in your future. This is gonna happen in 1 year's time. So I'm excited to see that happen as well. I mean, like I've told this story, and I told it to him, and he really liked it. The 2 years ago when we all went. The one time I met Tariq at MomoCon 2024, I was already leaving. I was only there for like a weekend or a couple days, so I think
it was like 2 nights.
Yeah, I had to leave, but they were like really quickly. It was like, oh, you have to meet Tariq. I don't know if it was like a media lounge or if they were just getting out of a panel, but it was a back room that I don't think I had seen ever again. But I describe it as like, it felt like I was meeting a politician. Like, I was brought back into this back room, and he approached me, and he's very, very tall, which is the point of me bringing it up. And then I like how we're
just like, we're just, the way we describe these people is whether or not they're tall.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how you differentiate them. And then he shook my hand, and then I was again shown the door and like carted out of the room as well. And Tariq described it as the Godfather, I think, also. Yeah, that was my experience the first time. I had but not that time wasn't a good time, but now I actually got to know Tariq a little better. There were like last time it was just us and Deli and D'Angelo, I think. And like there was a handful of other people there that I like shook hands with, but this time around I actually got to properly meet everyone. Jake was also there. It was us, Jake, and Deli, and I think D'Angelo was last.
Yeah,
year.
I mean we can't forget we were the Garfield gang.
Yeah, the Garfield gang. Well, now we have a new name for a different group, where I forget why. I think we were at Tune for Thoughts panel, and
I don't remember why this was it either.
I was talking about the Nudes Era video that I'm working on, about talking about Chowder, Flapjack, and Total Drama. I also told Nintendo that people keep demanding I talk about Johnny Test, and I blame him for it. It's all his fault, which he said was his favorite thing to hear throughout the weekend, which is pissing me off. And I was like, oh yeah, like Total Drama, Flapjack, and Chowder, that was like the big three of the worst era. And then I was like, yeah, but if you ask them internally, they thought like Chowder, Flapjack, and Secret Saturdays were the big three. Just the way they were promoting it. And then later, I think it was just me and Nick, we went to that Mario's comic stand, and we found the Secret Saturdays comics. There were two of them. And we're like, oh man, the big three. And then we went back another day, and one of them was gone, which means somebody at that convention actually bought a Secret Saturdays comic. So then all throughout the weekend, we just kept saying the big three. And then it just became a joke whenever me, Dan, and Nick were walking around. And then we did a big three photo shoot, which I guess is just me, Dan, and Nintendo now, which is a very specific trio. We vetted a lot of people that we're hopefully going to have on the show to talk about Nintendo as a whole. I was surprised Nintendo has even heard of Nintendo games.
That was the whole we went down in the first place. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's marketing. It's what's the word I'm looking? It's networking. We were networking. But yeah, I think as far as the arcade goes, we played a lot of Sega Tetris. Somebody yarfed on the DDR machine. They had a cabinet set up for the Avatar fighting game, the 2D fighter that comes out in July. And I was like, oh shit, I want to play this because the game isn't out yet. It doesn't come out for a couple months. And I don't know if they're going to add more characters, but currently the roster is just 5 characters from The Last Airbender, and Korra is in it. I also watched Avatar completely in silence on my flight back because I was already listening to something in my headphones. And I forgot that Dave Filoni directed the first 2 episodes. And I kind of went off on Dave Filoni in the Clone Wars video. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the viewers. You guys don't have to watch anything.
No, it's okay. I was watching that. I was having a good time with that. I just have to get around to finishing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's normal.
I feel like we cannot escape Star Wars because I was getting to Nirvana the band, the show.
Right.
And one of the episodes is all about Matt getting laser eye surgery right when Force Awakens comes out.
No.
And literally, they're trying to he thinks he's dressed up as Han Solo, but
MTV, is it Downtown is what it's called?
MTV's Downtown, yeah.
Yeah, we watched like an episode of it, and I really loved it, and I want to watch more, but I also loved the environment in which we watched it, and I kind of just I only want to watch it with that group. So what we should do is just watch an episode of Downtown every year when we go, and because there's only like
we'll get into it within like 13 years.
Yeah, maybe. There's like 13 episodes of it.
Perfect.
Oh, right, the Avatar machine. So the whole time, the entire weekend, it was packed, and I was like, we won't get in there. And then on Sunday, before we did the milkshake bar, it was like, this is my last opportunity to play it. I want to play it. So I just waited in line, and instead of because, it's a 2-player game, 1v1, instead of people cycling out those 2 points, there was one guy sitting there who was clearly sitting there the entire day, if not the entire weekend, grinding out that game. And instead of 2 people cycling out, which would have been faster, it was one spot, and people would just keep waiting in line to play that guy in the game. And a lot of them, like, he knew how to play the game, and nobody else knew how to play the game. So I did, like, maybe 2 or 3 matches against him, which I obviously lost, and then I was like, all right, I'll get up and go do something else. So I played a little bit of that game and got my teeth kicked in immediately. I hope that guy is prepared for when the game comes out. And I hope he had a fantastic MomoCon. It made me think about it because we passed the LAN area, and it always, like, I always make fun of my friends for it. They would go to MagFest and play League of Legends in the LAN room for like hours on end. And it's like, you're not even talking to these other people. You can just do this at home. Often you do it at home. But that was, I believe, our entire MomoCon trip distilled into the most important clips and the most important highlights. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I mean, there were a number of panels, but hopefully they'll be uploaded to everyone's individual channels.
I think that was basically everything. I will say, you are tired. Other than yesterday, I wasn't tired, but the one thing that fucked me up is that milkshake place. I don't know if you saw the messages I sent or not.
Oh.
But everything is blue now, and it has been blue for 2 days now.
Blue.
And I'll leave it at that.
That's awesome.
No,
That's
like,
how you know
everything is blue.
Everything, all the way through, it's blue all the way down.
It's kind of concerning. It's not a big deal, but like the first time I saw anything blue, it was like, am I dying? Have I been poisoned?
What about?
Am I getting knives outed?
Yeah, I was out. Well, maybe you're just blue now. Maybe it gave you like some kind of unique power over blue. Yeah, I did get.
There was one other thing I wanted to say. Sorry.
No
the entire time I was talking to Nick, we're trying to fucking set up a call between me and Kean Carlisle, because Kean Carlisle is the only other person who's like a big Survivor fan that was there. That quote was there. And we just completely forgot.
Well,
so I'm holding it to Nick next year.
Right.
He was not there, but he
was take a group photo and have Nick call Kean or like FaceTime him, because Nick and Kean are really close, and just instead of having him in the picture, just hold up the picture of Kean, my sworn rival, Kean Carlisle. Well, there were. I just because the chat reminded me. Yes, I was given a beautiful drawing. I was given a couple of gifts. A couple fans did approach me, but. Like, I think I was approached by one person when I was in incognito, when I was in my bandana. But every other time I was approached by someone, it was when I was bald mode. But it was before I posted about it, and they knew it was me. Like, they saw one person, like, said that, like, apparently I have an iconic face that, like, they could just see it on my face. And they yelled Andrew Ultra from across the marketplace, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And then the second person, I think they actually might be a friend of yours, Dan. They were hanging out with us a little bit. They walked over to us, and they said that they knew it was me because they saw the back of my head and assumed that I'd be the only one to commit to that bit. So I was approached more as Carl and Greg with the bald spot than I was looking as I normally do, which is
I think you mean Carl and Carl.
Right, Carl and Carl. I'm very proud of this community. I did do a Cartoon Network and Adult Swim photo shoot one morning, and I was the only Aqua Teen guy there because I was in Aqua Teen mode. Obviously, Smiling Friends is the big one, but I think we're seeing a little bit of a shift, or maybe this is just the way fandom spaces work at conventions, is there were 0 Steven Universe cosplays. There were 0 Rick and Morty cosplays, but there were 3 unique, they weren't together as a group, they were different people, 3 Venture Bros cosplays. I think it's coming back in a big way. And there was another another day that they weren't there.
You didn't see this, but I showed you the photo. Glenn wore like the sickest Orpheus cosplay.
I did. This entire weekend, I had been, again, like that of a politician, like shaking hands, meeting people. Because sometimes, before, I was actually putting my foot down, because before I would start conversations with people and then never ask anyone's names, and then, like, years would pass and be like, fuck, I don't know, like, this is going to be awkward to have to ask for this again. So I, like, everyone there, I'm, like, shaking their hand firmly. I'm like, I'm Andrew, who are you? What is your name? What is your channel? Not that bluntly, with a little bit of a smile on my face. But now I can put the names to faces. But I didn't know Glem. And before, like, our groups converged and our 20-plus people, I was in Carl costume and he was in Orpheus costume. And we just looked at each other and pointed at each other. And I told that story, and I was like, yeah, that was just, like, some guy I interacted with. And then he was, like, sitting with our group at panels, and I was like, oh, you guys know him. Like, I don't know if he knew me, but we met that way. It was an invisible string pulling us together. It was a cosmic link. There was No, never mind. But that's everything, I believe.
Yeah, that's basically everything.
Technically,
yeah.
everything, because we were gone for 2 weeks. We one of the last things we did was that Sunday night where we stayed up pretty late Sunday night. Is we realized we were all in the same house and they were going to air the season premiere of Rick and Morty season 9. So we thought all the people that care about Rick and Morty should gather together to watch that premiere episode. And we did. A number of episodes of stuff and things of TV shows have come out in that interim. I realized that the new regular show episodes I watched, I somehow accessed Hulu plus live TV. I just assumed those episodes were on Hulu. So I didn't have the opportunity to watch any of the new ones because I was away from my local internet. But I did download a bunch of episodes of Atlanta to watch while I was there so I could truly understand Atlanta. But Dan, you were there to watch this Rick and Morty season 9 premiere.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like they fucked so hard with that. I was shocked how hard they went on that one. Like that episode was really good.
It like
that might have been one of their best season premieres in a while.
And like normally the season premieres are pretty tempered, but like that one was.
Yeah, they're very self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time we had a non-self-contained season premiere was, I guess, season 6, right? With the whole thing with like the reset of the portal stuff.
Oh yeah, but even that's more of like a sitcom situation to set it up. There's so many, like, you don't often think of Rick and Morty as a combat heavy show, but there was like an extended like 2-minute sequence of beautiful animation. And while we were sitting together, we were like I think it was Nintendo that said like, somebody is going to tweet out. I
said this. It was me. I literally said, somebody's going to say, what the fuck is Invincible's excuse? Mm. And then, like fucking clockwork, although, to be fair, this could be like... Kevin. Yeah, this could be like ironic because it's Kevin of Awestruck Vox, Roundtable. He literally said, well, it was something along the lines of like, he posted the clip of the insane battle scene from that Rick and Morty episode, and he said like, watching this and then looking at Invincible,
and I sigh.
And I said this to. And I said this I ain't sent it to Andrew, but I sent it to Nick. I'm like fucking clockwork.
Well,
you cannot make this up.
You sent it to Nick, and then I sent the tweet to you and Nick, and you responded at the same time where you said, I sent that to Nick last night, and then Nick said, oh yeah, Dan sent that to me last night.
That's so fucking, oh my god.
But yeah, it was a good, I say this every single time and it never changes. I'll be honest, like when we told the house that like, hey, we're gonna watch the Rick and Morty premiere, half of the house was not as interested in doing so. But every time
I think if they weren't in the middle of a movie, they might have been, but like we did do it like right in the middle of Aladdin. So
yeah, but Aladdin was paused because you and D'Angelo were cooking up shit in the kitchen. And I was being that guy at the barbecue who's just watching over the grill and being like, good grilling, good stuff, smells good. Oh, when we took those are my favorite parts of the big 3 photos we took, is that D'Angelo is clearly just in the kitchen in the background.
I forgot about that.
I like to think that the big 3 is me, you, Nick, and D'Angelo.
Yes.
It's completely. We never once held up the same amount of numbers. But yeah,
it's like the 7.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yes. That like every time Rick and Morty's not on the air, and I didn't really love the latest season, but I love the season before that. I'm like, whatever, this show's going on again. And then whenever it's back on and I'm watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this show. I forgot that I do love this show. This is a good show. And I'm excited more. Season 9 has already gotten off to a good start. I hope they keep up that consistency. Because that was the only thing that, like, I don't think season 8 was all bad. I just think that a lot of episodes in it were boring. And the worst thing it could be is boring. It's either really good or really bad. And there were a lot of specifically 80s films references in Rick and Morty. And I know that Rick and Morty does that a lot. But I think the worst episode of that season was the James Gunn promotion season. Or the
100%.
episode.
I hated that episode. That one was like easily the least favorite for me.
Yeah.
Like the last.
Guys, I'm gonna hop off for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, no worries.
All right.
Dude, we could
like season 7 had that goddamn awful. Oh, we could. You're right. We could.
She's not here. Assuming that he can't hear us. I'm gonna hope he can't hear us. So individually, not together, we watched the series finale of The Boys, but evidently not the franchise finale because there's other spin-offs that are probably going to happen. I think some that were like outright confirmed. And I do think that the worst parts of season 5 of The Boys were when they were like, oh, this thing happened in Gen V. We got to check in with Gen V. Or how much time they dedicated to Soldier Boy to then put him on ice because he's going to be a part of that prequel series, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Right.
I love synergy. I love it.
It feels like, you know how Disney Channel had a very specific episode and season rule where they're like, we can't have shows go past this amount of episodes. So like the final season of Hannah Montana was called Hannah Montana Forever. It was like a different season. And then the Sweet Life Gang went on a boat so it could count as a different show. It feels like that.
Yep.
Like it feels like because the people behind the show are the supernatural people, and there's one episode of this season that just has a bunch of supernatural cameos among other cameos, and I thought that episode was fun for what it was. But like you get the feeling that like, oh, we're only gonna have 5 seasons, so nobody can complain that the show goes on for too long. And I feel like in a 20s world, in the streaming hierarchy post pandemic, every Amazon show is pretty much confirmed to get 5 seasons. Like, they already said that Has-Been will get 5. I think we know that Invincible the season 5 is gonna be the last season. And I talked about this before when it comes
it is? Okay. I thought it was going to go on for a little longer, but yeah, no, okay.
I believe season 5 is the last
I have no
season.
idea.
Well,
I have no idea.
Yeah, and then, Fallout, we're only on 2. I think Spider Noir came out or is going to come out in a day or so we can check back in with that. But yeah, there was a lot in this season that was very clearly like, oh, we're going to come back to this in a prequel or a spinoff or something. But I will say, for the main cast of characters that we have been following for the last couple seasons, including Daveed Diggs' character, because I also liked what he did in the finale, I think it was a pretty good ending for all of the characters that are permanent fixtures of the show.
I agree with the exception of one, and I think I said this to you.
Okay.
It bothers me so much because, like, why the fuck? Oh wait, no, Switchy's back.
Switchy's
we can't.
back.
No,
What's
stop,
up?
stop, everyone, stop. Anyway, I didn't watch Gameoverse.
Well, in the Vegas sense, I didn't love the full finale episode, but I liked the ending. That's what I'll say.
Okay. I had an issue with how one of the characters was handled. I think I told you this, but maybe we'll talk about that later. But anyway, I hadn't seen Gameoverse.
Has anyone seen Game? I mean, I've seen Gameoverse. Switchy, have you seen Gameoverse?
No, I haven't seen it in full.
Have you guys seen any of the discourse surrounding Gameoverse? Because everything is discourse now.
You mean that a woman dare be attractive?
Mm-hmm. The show is utter goon bait. I never.
Is it really though?
It's not. It isn't at all.
It's not. It's not.
I try as a famous critic, like hit show critic. I forget whose tweet it is. Maybe it's an Ariana Grande tweet or something that said like, well, they've never built the statue of a critic, and then there is that one Roger Ebert statue that people always respond with. But like, I understand that telling someone who is critical of a piece of entertainment to just like, oh, you think you can do better isn't really conducive, because I think you can, without being a filmmaker, still properly critique film. Sometimes it doesn't always carry over, right? Like that Chris Stuckman movie was really disappointing. We know that being a film critic does not always translate to being a successful filmmaker. So I never wanted to be one of those people that's like, oh, you dislike this thing? Why don't you, like the Joe Biden image where it's like, oh, you take a crack at it, smart guy. But if your critique of Gameoverse or your biggest problem with it is a lack of body type diversity and you don't like specifically the character designs, I don't know. I think maybe you should make something. Like, make if you want to see body type diversity in a cartoon, then you should make a cartoon. I know that's a really simplistic way of working about it or talking about it, but that's really the only takeaway from that, is that I don't think, because the characters are already set in stone, I think that maybe the show can have more diverse characters as it goes on, but it's not like they can change the designs of the main cast now. And I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people online that are very puritanical without realizing that they are, viewing anything. It's women in bathing suits in that episode that people are calling fan service and utter goon bait and stuff like that. But I thought the pilot was okay. I've said it before that I think Guinevere specifically, whereas all the other pilots like Loki and like Homestuck, those are very clearly a pitch of the series, whereas the Knights of Guinevere pilot is just like the first episode of the show. And I think that the pilot has to do a lot of heavy lifting to like set up everything. And I kind of like that Guinevere doesn't set up everything, that it's just like, okay, we will learn more about these characters as it goes. So now we have the initial conceit of Gameoverse, but I mean, we talked about next week's episode is going to be on June 2nd. And then after that, not only will it be the anniversary of the Switch 2, not only will it be post Summer Games Fest, but it will also be post the release of the Amazing Digital Circus finale in theaters. Oh, that was the other thing while we were at the convention.
Yeah, that is the one after the one we're doing.
Right.
Yes.
The finale for the circus leaked, and fucking someone at our place was watching it on the couch, and we were just doing our best to avoid it.
Someone pretty wacky.
Yeah, well, hold on now. They're committing a crime. We can't out them like this. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm interested to see what Glitch does, like, once the circus ends, because a lot of these shows, they're probably getting fast-tracked right now, but they really just have the first episodes of things. I honestly don't know if they release anything else in the year. Like, I think maybe the circus happens and then we don't hear, maybe they have other shows they greenlit or other pilots that they commissioned, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a Glitch pilot that won't become a show, because there's only 3 of them. Like, if the purpose of a pilot is to see if they want to go forward with the show, I think they're probably just going to do all of them. And at this point, the pilot is a formality. But yeah, I thought it was fine. I hope they make more, but I hope they make more cartoons in general. What you guys should watch, if you're listening to this right now, you should get in on Hey and the 3 tomes. Those are going to be the next big things. You want to lock in on that.
I can't wait for those. Those are going to be good.
Well, that is everything. I mean, did anything else happen in the week of entertainment? There's like 6 movies in theaters out right now that I really want to see.
The only other thing there was, which only interests me, is that there was the Survivor finale, and it was such a big deal because it was Survivor 50, which is like a bunch of people coming back, and Jeff kind of fucking spoiled the ending himself. Like, the host spoiled the ending, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, Jeff Probst spoiled the ending himself because he fucked up something in the live show.
Nice.
And he said who lost the Final Four fire making challenge before the Final Four fire making challenge had aired. And he was like cursing behind the scenes, like he was so upset.
Was it live?
Like, I know people. Yes, it was live.
Oh, okay.
I know people. Well, no, not the challenge itself, but like
what he said was aired live.
Exactly. So
okay.
I don't know exactly. Like, I know people who didn't know who the final 3 were, but I know people who were spoiled exactly of this moment because it was such a big deal. Like, it was such a big deal that this happened because you can't avoid this. This is them doing it on their own show.
They said it on the show.
They said it on the show. Like, you can't avoid that. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. But I love Jeff. He's great.
And then they spoiled the circus on the show as well. They talked about Momney.
They
We're
did.
not supposed to know about Momney.
Yeah. They were like, oh, guys, Kanger's in the finale.
Fuck!
I know. God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it.
I want to be one of those people online that are mad whenever a character from the show is in the show. I hate when the show focuses on this character too much. So yeah,
I hate when my steak is too juicy and my lobster's too buttery.
The week of entertainment. But that leads us to one of our penultimate segments, because we do have 2 nowadays. That, if you remember, weeks and weeks ago, I guess now about a month ago, we cut down the Super Smash Bros. Roster to 40 characters. We brought this up. I think we were talking about the show because we were talking about Star Fox 2 Johnny, and he quoted the fucking vague tweet. I didn't know he had seen it, where it said white people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's our
He
mark
was so
on the internet.
he laughed so hard when he found out it was us.
Yeah. Well, that means today we're moving on to our third moveset, our third character. Right now, each week we are going down the line of characters and redoing their moveset a little bit. Oh, when we get to Yoshi, we could have new Yoshi stuff to talk about. Well, we're still weeks away, so for right now, we have Link from Zelda, or Zelda from Link, and his moveset in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I'll be honest with you, compared to Mario and Donkey Kong, I don't think there's a whole lot to do here other than, like, Breath of the Wilding him. So I think we should start with, like, what design philosophy are we going with? Are we keeping with the 3D Link, or are we changing this?
I think we have to. I think we got to go back to original. You know, like, we got to go back to the green tunic. Now, again, you can have the Breath of the Wild tunic be an option, like an alt costume, but, like, there's something about Breath of the Wild tunic that just doesn't
feel like
Link. That just, like, it just doesn't feel like Link. It doesn't feel like Link. It feels like there's something about it that I hate to be the guy who says this because it bothers me so much, but, like,
You gonna call it soulless?
he looks like a generic sword fighter.
Oh. It's Minecraft Steve. Well, the question is, which original tunic Link are we going with? Because there are multiple different designs.
I mean, I guess just go back to, like, Twilight Princess, right? I mean, that was the basis for a while. I don't think any other thing would have kind of, like, worked well with the Smash art style.
You don't think it's time to go back to Ocarina? If we are, in fact, getting a remake, supposedly.
Well, how would that work?
I kind of like going for the Smash Ultimate kind of look. I mean, Smash 4 kind of look.
Wasn't that based on Twilight, though?
It's like a Skyward Sworded version of Twilight Princess. Like, it's the... Okay, this is not appearing at all on my screen.
It's a bit open-ended, and I kind of like that.
Okay. Honestly, let's just say fuck it and make it Link's Awakening Link.
Hold on, I've pasted an image.
Just a toy.
Is my Photoshop about to crash? What was the name of Crash Bandicoot from Johnny Test? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a really high-res image.
Oh, it was Smash Badger.
Smash Badger, classic. Some more bullshit we were talking about this weekend. I'm sure there are other bits that we kept saying that'll come to me later. But that's for our ears.
Wait, okay, the one bit that we kept saying that was like, this is the bit of the con. It's like, wait, say that again.
Oh yeah.
Every time someone said something.
Well, we lent really hard into the 6-7 by the last night, and it just became... I forgot what it was. Somebody gasped when they saw 6. Me and Nick really lent into it. We kept doing it at Jake's panel. Whenever he was counting, we just kept doing the emote. So we have... I think we can work backwards from this. Do we keep this final Smash the hero's arrow, or the arrow of light, or whatever it is? Because I don't love it, but I certainly like it more than the Triforce Slash, which is just an entirely made-up thing.
I don't like either of them, and I'd rather... At least the Bow of Light is a thing. Like, that's a thing. But, like, I wish I could think of something a little better.
Yeah, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, maybe they could do something that's more based off of a... I'm trying to remember which game it is. It's probably Ocarina of Time. There's like a cutscene when you're like killing Ganondorf where it kind of shows Link kind of like slice him, then slice again at another angle, and then kind of go on from the head. Like, I could potentially see them sort of doing a more visual kind of cutscene-y Final Smash where it kind of does that. I actually would like that. That just kind of came to me. But if not, I think the arrow is at least more mechanically interesting, even if it's just a little bit.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, like, it still is a transformation. It still is like a cutscene Final Smash, but it does only cover a certain surface area. So you think like this, like the big slash cutscene. Because there's not a lot of... Here's the thing, because other giant Final Smashes are often transformations, but Link does have a very specific game where he goes through a lot of transformations, but I feel like that's not a permanent aspect of his character.
Is that true? His mask?
Yeah, like we could have him do like the fierce deity mask as like his final smash. I mean, we did cut Young Link, so
Well,
I
if we
get it,
had
but
Young Link still, I think that would work
yeah,
better for Young Link. I don't even actually what was Young Link's final smash?
it's the same thing as Toon Link's. They just still do the Triforce
Oh, that's
slash,
lame.
and it's nuts because they on the Smash Bros blog, they would release a little character trailer for every character, and most of them ended with a final smash, except for Toon Link and Yoshi. And then in the final Smash Bros Direct, they showed Yoshi's new final smash, which was like that Yoshi Stampede. So everyone thought like, oh man, Young Link's gonna have a new final smash too, since Toon Link just has the Triforce Slash. But no, they just gave him the same one. I feel like Young Link could have benefited. He could have done anything with that final smash, like any of the transformations. Really,
it's a little annoying. They just never do anything with Majora's Mask, like other than Great Bay, which is like, guys, come on, it's Young Link. Like this is like, you can have Ocarina in regular Link, but Young Link specifically is Majora's Mask. Like you can do shit with that.
The Ganondorf in that game is from Ocarina, or I guess it's from a Space World Tech demo. And then like Sheik also is only in Ocarina. Like that, I understand why it's an overly represented game, but I like the idea of each Link representing a different timeline. Really, now that I'm thinking about the Yoshi Stampede, he really doesn't. There's no Epona representation in any of the Zelda characters.
So here's what I was thinking.
Right.
I was actually thinking about that, right? So we don't need a bow and arrow and a boomerang. I don't think we need both.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, that's a hot take, but
we kind of do the Wario side special
where he rides
but with Epona.
Okay, interesting. Well, like what happens? It just like kind of shrinks down like the Wario bike does. Like you hit side B and then Epona, or you do like a villager oh, why am I blanking? Yeah, a villager rocket where it just keeps running off stage until it hits the blast zone.
Oh, I don't know if that would be.
I don't think it carries them all the way, but I think it like has a hitbox. Because like the alternative is it just disappearing into Link's pocket. I like that idea though. I feel like there's a way.
I guess either one could work. It's just like I said, I love the boomerang. I don't think we need the boomerang.
Yeah, how often does Link? I guess Link.
Here's the thing. When was the last time the boomerang was really like ever like a thing?
I mean, you could still equip a boomerang in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
You could, but like you can't. Do you actually throw it and it returns to you, or do you just throw it?
But you gotta hit a button to catch it.
Oh well, I mean, no one's using a boomerang.
Okay. I'm not arguing this. I want to get Epona in here somehow, so I'll do that. I will say, a lot of we did this with Donkey Kong, where we changed a lot of the like kicks into just punches. That a lot of Link's very basic stuff, the jab, up tilt, side tilt. These are all sword attacks, and that makes sense. But his neutral air, I'm gonna scroll down so you can see that he has a sex kick, and if you don't know, I don't know why it's called that. But if I just look up melee sex kick, when they added a neutral air in, I'll just use this image for example. When they added neutral air to melee, basically the entire cast were given the same neutral air. Like Mario, they all just do that kick where their fist is in the air. I don't know what you do for a neutral air, and even like back air. Weirdly, all of his throws are kicking other than the up throw. Like back throw and forward throw, he kicks them. He does like a big boot kick here. And I don't know if that's a big part of his kit at all. So I think we could change all the boot related stuff. But I don't know what you change the neutral air to.
Let me think here.
I do think we could switch. Like I think the up special should be something else anyway. And I think... Because this is what's it called? The hero, just called the spin attack, right? Or the hero spin or something?
It's something like that.
Like Rivali's Gale?
Yeah, like, or his hang glider, which you could use Rivali's Gale for that. Like, there's a lot to do there. And I think that this is better suited for neutral air. Because I understand he's had this same recovery since Smash 64. And it makes sense to make that his recovery in Smash 64. Because that was really the only... Like, it's a twisting motion. It's the same thing with Donkey Kong. Like, just let's have him propeller upwards. But now he does have moves that will send him upwards. Even like the... what is it, the rock feather in Link's Awakening that makes him do the flip? Like, there's a lot where they have jumping abilities. So I would say we change his up special to a neutral air, like a reverse Mario situation. What do you guys think about that?
I could see something like that working.
That works for me. I'm down with that.
So we move that.
So then the
there.
up special, what were you thinking for that
I
specifically?
think something with the hang glider. I think Rivali's Gale into hang glider, and like you hover down like Peach a little bit.
That works.
That's what I'm leaning
I think that
towards.
could work.
But I mean, that's. What do you guys think? Do you think there's any better alternative?
I'm fine with that. I like the idea of that.
No, I think that works perfectly.
Because at least then we do have a little bit of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom in there. Even though it seems like we're moving away from that as a moveset, as it were. Could put that. Yeah, there we go.
And then, are we all good with like the neutral special? Like, I think that's just classic.
I think
bow.
neutral special.
Yeah,
is good.
the bow and arrow. Let's keep that. That's fine.
Do you keep the bomb as a remote bomb?
Okay, so that's what
No.
I was gonna say too. Do we make it normal bombs again?
I'd say make it more like maybe Young Link's bomb.
I wanted to say that like in certain, I think maybe Melee mods or maybe Smash Remix, Young Link has a different down B, and it equips like Bowser Jr. It sends out a bomb chew that like runs across the stage.
Fuck, that's awesome. Why couldn't they fucking?
Yeah, there's so much you could
I don't
do with
hate
Young Link.
Like I love Young Link, but I think that might be like most missed potential character
Right.
ever.
Well, now that we're removing Young Link as well, Young Link uses fire arrows. Do we want to add like an RNG aspect to Link's arrows, where like he can maybe shoot a different one?
Oh, you mean like a Game and Watch or D2D kind of thing?
Or like Peach with the turnip, like you could shoot light arrows or ice arrows or fire arrows, and it's just random depending.
That works. I'm down for that.
Okay.
I mean, probably not even light arrows, because what would that even do?
Yeah, maybe not light arrows, but like ice arrows, fire arrows.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I think that would work pretty well.
Mhm.
Obviously make the RNG smaller for those.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, yeah. Because here's the thing. I really hate to be that guy, but like, ironically, I think Breath of the Wild Link kind of like limited the moveset a bit.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you about this
If
as
that makes
well.
sense.
His grab.
The back throw, you could honestly just like have him whip it around, whip it
chain.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me layer that like that. And we'll, yeah. And he could do the little, I think it's a Falco back throw where like he shoots 2 quick lasers when he back throws. Like do a little bit of that. Take a little hook shot damage as well.
Like that. The only thing with the forward throw, I don't want to say do the same thing because that might be a little redundant.
Mm-hmm.
The only other idea I had, which isn't even like, I like it works, but also at the same time it's kind of lame. Is like maybe like a shield bash or something.
Okay. Yeah, like yeah.
It's just kind of lame though. I don't know.
I mean, it's better than kicking. Well, if you said that Link should be like an amalgamation of these iconic Zelda items, is there anything that we're really missing? I mean, there are bombs.
Oh, we have the grab. Well, we gotta change the down special bomb to normal bomb.
To normal bomb, yeah.
We have Epona. We have the bow and arrow. We have
shoes in that, or just regular bombs.
Bomb shoes were never like a big thing of Link.
Yeah.
Like they were never like huge. They were really only in Ocarina and Majora.
Yeah.
Were they in Wind Waker? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let me think here.
I was holding the big bomb.
Okay,
For
so
Zelda items. I mean, like I was thinking that we could even do the rock leaf. I think is what it's called for the up special as well. But I mean, maybe. I'm looking at all these items right now. I'm trying to think of a way to like worm this into the forward throw, I guess. We have bottles as well.
You can't do anything with bottles. I mean, maybe a taunt or something, but
yeah. Oh, I mean, he does. He has the little fairy emote. Hammer,
exactly.
net, forward throw.
Well, net you already have villager, so
Right.
you know.
There's a shield. Boomerang. Yeah, we worked with Boomerang. I mean, maybe we could do Boomerang forward throw. Like, if we want to work Boomerang into the moveset somehow without it being a regular side special.
Maybe, yeah. If we want to incorporate boomerang at all, I think that's a good idea, actually.
Wait, I have an idea.
What?
maybe I don't think the up throw uses a sword. What if the forward throw kind of like throws it with the hook shot, and then his up throw, or the back throw rather, does this little animation, or he like whips his arm back and does the item get pose, but the character
I
is
like that.
thrown. It's doing little emotes.
That's good.
I mean, I think that's like mainly it. I guess back air. I don't know what you do with back air. I'm just looking at these items to see what we can work into this. Well, if it's in the air, back air. Yeah, we could do the shield bash. I think that's probably better. Instead of like whipping the.
Well, maybe
because,
the up throw could be the shield bash. Like it bashes them up. You know.
Well, what I'm thinking with the shield is that like the foot is clearly supposed to cover less surface area because the sword is like basically the full length of Link. That him just like whipping the shield back would basically give the same length as the leg without, like, you just change the animation. You don't need to overreach his hitbox as much if he just whips that backwards because it's not as long as the sword. But I think we may have nailed this. Like, I don't really know what else there is to do with Link.
I think
it
that
seems like a
basically
lot of the
covers it,
changes
yeah.
we've done, like hookshot and bomb, are just like returning him back to this version of Link.
Like the biggest thing we did was Epona.
Yeah. Do you think that we're done with this version of Link?
Let me take a look at. I'm just gonna look at the.
No, I just mean like as far as
refresher of the
games
items
go, like
from
are
Zelda.
are we out of the Breath of the Wild era? Like, are we?
That's a good question because really, I don't know what the next 5 years of Zelda are going to be. I assume they're probably going to want to do something sort of departed from Breath of the Wild, but I don't know. You know,
But
I guess I'll say like I imagine it's going to be more like whatever comes next in Zelda is going to be more like Breath of the Wild than it is like Skyward Sword, for example.
Yeah.
But that's all I can really say
I don't
confidently.
know if I see them going back to like linearity, but
No,
I think it's a world
I have my
like
doubts.
Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't think it is that exact world. Like they're all, other than Majora and maybe other examples, they're all like set in the Kingdom of Hyrule, so there's not a whole lot you can do.
I think I'm a little worried just for the future because even the 2D games are being affected by the Breath of the Wildification. Like I like Echoes of Wisdom, but like I would have much rather had like a classic Zelda game personally.
Yeah, I think a lot more of that will go into there's a lot we can do with that Zelda moveset, but I think that this is probably a finalized Link in Super Smash Bros. Switch 2 Ultra. With how non-linear Echoes of Wisdom was, I doubt they go back. Yeah, I mean, and not even like outside of Zelda, like they have an open world Mario Kart. Like I think Nintendo has lent really heavy. I think that whatever this 3D Mario is, which I think we might be assuming will be next year, now that Bonanza has had its time, that it will have more in common with Bowser's Fury than Odyssey, where it might just be one big world where you can run around into different zones. Because Pokemon is more
fine
of
by
like
me,
a
honestly.
free zone game. Yeah. I mean, not that these games haven't been bad. None of these like open world games have been terrible. There's a lot of boring desert in Metroid Prime 4, but I don't even think that's the biggest problem with that game. I think at some point we're gonna get really burnt out of this open world stuff.
I know some people who already are, honestly.
Yeah.
I am.
I don't think
definitely
it harms
am.
Mario Kart World too much. Like, it's a gimmick that Mario Kart hasn't done, but I really hope that I say every subsequent Mario Kart game. We're not getting a new Mario Kart for like 6 more years. At the earliest, 6 years. Now we can firmly put our check, leave our mark, as it were, next to Link from Zelda, also known as Zelda from Link. That means next week we will be doing Samus Aran. And I gotta do more research because I know that Samus needs to change, but I can't. I have a change that will piss people off because I bring it up a lot.
Ooh.
And then maybe when I'm a good 2 Thursdays into Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, we can do a little bit of that Yoshi moveset. And then we got Kirby. I'm pretty sure that our Star Fox moveset will be like 2 days before the new Star Fox comes out. So that will have to be a number of predictions. Like I said, when we were at MomoCon, we've interacted with a lot of friends that we could probably have on the show to discuss stuff. And I think we haven't done this segment with guests yet. And maybe we should line up those specific guests with the specific characters they're most suited for. But some of them are weeks and weeks away. For right now, this is our Smash Bros. Roster. Which, if you guys don't have anything else you'd like to say, I think we can immediately transition into our final segment. Just wait a minute. How could I forget? Oh my God! Fitness Boxing 3, your personal trainer, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, has been announced for July. Now, I'll be honest. I didn't even know that there was a Fitness Boxing 3. But
There's a Fitness Boxing 3?
Yeah, and there's a Switch 2 edition. Oh, no, we have a release date. Okay, July 16th. All right, hold on. Open Photoshop back up. Go back. What did I say, July 16th? That's perfect. Okay, hold on. Let me... can I get the box art? Okay, no. This looks interesting. All right, well, let me find that real quick if we have an image of it. Fitness Boxing 3. Well, that fills out another week. See? Sometimes you just gotta... Good things come to those who wait. And then you get that good thing. And now we fill out our weeks a little bit. So, I guess like 2 years ago now, I started a show on stream called the Nintendo Switch Kick the Bucket Countdown, where I was trying to play through all of the Nintendo-made Switch games leading up to the release of the Switch 2. And there were a handful of games I didn't get to, mostly Fire Emblem and Xenoblade, just because we ran out of time. And also the Origami King, weirdly enough, although I honestly don't hate that game as much as other people do. I would love to play it properly. And these fitness boxing games, I think, were distributed by Nintendo, but only in Japan, maybe? Because I'm looking at Japanese text right now. I haven't played them. You'd think if they did something like this and it was in-house that they would worm the Ring Fit into it. But yeah, I think it just is like... It's like what Ring Fit is. It's a Just Dance style game where you fitness box using the Joy-Cons to popular music. I don't know how it's a Switch 2 edition. I don't know what the Switch 2 edition specifically entails, because it seems a lot of the stuff that the Switch 2 has or adds in Switch 2 editions are a microphone, a camera mode, a mouse mode. I really don't know how you do mouse mode with this. Maybe the Switch 2 edition, like Kirby, is just adding additional stages, additional courses. I honestly didn't know they were still making these. But that means by June 25th, other than this 1 week, we're going to be getting an in-house and don't know a whole lot.
No, we didn't. We just got like a trailer with a release date. Yeah.
We're moving our way into it.
Yeah.
We're moving our way into it. Well, after this installment, we will have crossed May 28th. I am going to play both Lego Batman and Yoshi in the Mysterious Book, and then I will get back to everyone here, and we can... I'll go over my thoughts and feelings of it. But sorry, let me ask one more time just to be sure. Is there anything you two would like to cover before we jump into our weekly Nintendo Direct?
I'm good.
I did want to say that Bubsy 4 did come out.
I thought that was already... What was the one that came out like last year?
It did just come... No, that was like Bubsy Collection.
Oh, that was a remake?
That was a collection of all the games.
Wait,
basically.
so the one that people called Movement Slop, is that the one that just came out? I thought it was already out.
Yes, that's the one that just came out.
Okay.
It just came out.
Oh, wait, what were people playing
I play a little bit. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's easily his best. It's easily his best game, which is not a high bar to set.
Oh, but I thought you meant the people who developed it, because they worked on like a different platformer, and then like, well, the deal with Bubsy, the reason we get a game every decade is so they can keep the rights to it, I believe. So they just keep pumping I think the last one we got was 2016, and now it's 2026, and I imagine that is just a rights holder thing that they outsourced it, which is smart, to a company. I don't know a whole lot about the story, but like they made a different 3D platformer, and they just went to them and said like, hey, can you make a Bubsy game? And now Bubsy is up there with the greatest platformers, arguably the big three. And I gotta play that one as well. Is Mina the Hollower out yet?
No, that's May 29th.
I gotta
and
play
I cannot
that.
wait.
I gotta play Mina the Hollower. I gotta play Mouse PI for Hire. There's so many games, and yet no games.
Yeah. And don't forget Yoshi and the fuck ass book came out.
That's
We
what
gotta
I'm saying. I'm
Yoshi
gonna play and then we'll
fuck-ass
get
book.
back to it. There's so many. They gotta stop releasing games. Speaking of so many games and no games, the first Wii U Direct of our timeline.
Woo! Let's do it.
This is a solid 36-minute Direct. I believe the Pokemon one we watched last time was only 11 minutes. We're now entering what released holiday
Hello, everyone.
2012. So
This time, I would
first
like to
proper year
deliver
of the Wii U.
directly to you
Ah,
our
you
future
said the
plans
thing.
for Wii U. In past Nintendo Directs, we have focused more on games releasing in the near future.
Okay.
But it's still early in 2013,
Okay, so these are gonna be
so
like
I'd like
far
to
off.
change the
I'm
format a
interested to
little.
I
see
don't know
how
how to
many
tell
of
you
these
this,
games come
I'd like to
out.
share with you some of
It's not
Nintendo's
2013
future
anymore.
plan
No.
for its own software titles and services.
I'm pretty
for
sure they
Wii.
showed off Pikmin 3 in a previous Direct that we watched.
But before we go deeper into this,
Those
They
are the
might have,
cool
I'd
I
like
think.
to talk first
It's
about
mostly been new
what
Super Mario
kinds
Bros.
of
2.
communication are happening in
Yeah, how are we
now.
gonna fit New Super Mario Bros. 2 into this?
They'll worm their
We
way
talked about
in. See, look, it's
Miiverse in a
Maxwell.
previous Nintendo Direct,
Oh, it's a Pono.
but it was
Well, it's
difficult to
COD
explain
from
the
COD.
true potential before the
That's
launch
true.
of Wii U
And the zombie-
because
yeah, that's
of the
the main
nature
guy.
of
He's
the
gonna be a
unique
Smash Bros.
interactions
one of those days.
that occur.
I think it's
when
funny. They
many
it looked like they had like a
users
Paper
are
Mario
organically
Thousand Year Door character
communicating
for a
with
second,
one
and it's
another.
like, wow, they're just never
Whoa,
gonna
Hadouken!
acknowledge that, are
The only
they?
people
They have
who
Sega
can really
Racing. Oh yeah,
see
that was the other
what's
thing,
going
is that there
on
was a
in
Sonic
Miiverse are
Racing,
Wii U
whatever the
owners.
new one is called, All Stars
Some of
Across
our
the whatever.
Nintendo Direct viewers may not be able
That
to
chibi
truly
style is very
understand what
firmly
Miiverse users
2013.
are feeling.
Damn, that's all. That flip note
There
style.
have been a lot of posts
And
by
I was a
many
little
users
disappointed
on
by the
Miiverse
tournament
during the
lineup
2
this
months
year at
since
MomoCon. Just
launch.
because really the main
But
thing
there
from 2
are
years
so
back is
many
that I did a
posts
Miss
and
Pac-Man
comments
NES
on
tournament.
Miiverse
And
that
there were no
even
real
Wii
like
U
obscure
owners
game
cannot
tournaments
check
this year.
every
It was
post.
all like Smash
And
Bros.
many of you
and
may not
Rivals
have
2
noticed
and
when
Mario Kart
something
Road,
was
which I understand
happening
why.
in
Those are like the
Miiverse.
popular ones. But I would have wished that they
So
did more
we would
obscure
like
shit.
to
There was
spend
like one
some time
Tetris
today
NES tournament, but that
to
was it.
showcase a few
There was a CTR
examples
tournament.
Bowser
that might
lost and I
help
won.
illustrate
We need to hold
what
our own
Miiverse is.
in-house Sega Tetris tournament.
I
Let
will
me
start
actually
with
look it
the
up and
to
see
the
how much
zombie
it is.
Zombie U X
The game
Miiverse.
is
That's a
Whoa.
crazy
So some
crossover.
customers
Send your Mii's
I
in
love
the
it.
battle
stuck
to
with the
die.
game are looking for advice in walkthrough of the game, where
How do you
some
use the
customers
spray
have
can?
posted their own play
The-
result.
Hold the B
The B
button.
button.
A lot of
People are being
communication
very
among
cordial here.
players have taken place.
They are. It's kind of
As you
crazy.
know,
It's like, where are all the
Posts
slurs?
that contain spoilers
Oh,
are
comment
hidden.
okay.
So, for those who are playing
Thank you,
but
Lenny.
have not yet beaten the game,
Tetris
will always
Dreamcast.
have a choice to not see
Yeah.
posts with spoilers.
Oh, I guess that's it.
In the development
I'm not
of
seeing any
Miiverse,
dog or monkey on the
I
cover.
was talking
but...
about with other staffs
No,
on
that might not be
how
it.
it would be great
Damn, is
if
this a different game?
Miiverse could become a place where interaction
look up
between
Tetris game with dog and
customers
monkey.
would take place. Customers will offer each other
Oh, what was
learning
it?
and
Maybe we
teaching
shouldn't say it,
opportunities
but like Johnny was gonna
and
bid on
connect
something
between players.
and then he just didn't do it. We kept
For
saying
example,
that the longer he
a
doesn't bid on
customer
that game,
may
someone else
receive
at that party
answers
is gonna
from
start bidding
other
on it.
customers when he or she posts
I think
some
he
questions.
did do it eventually.
Yeah.
Advanced players would help
Tetris-style
out the
dog.
novice
No.
players. Thanks to all who participate in Miiverse,
Is it Sega?
what
Okay.
we were
Now
hoping
I'm
for
losing
is
it.
actually happening.
It is
The
Sega
fun of video
Tetris.
games
Sega-
is
I
not
mean, that's got the
only
monkey,
just
yeah.
playing games,
Did
but
this ever
also
released in the
sharing
United States?
experiences together with people.
It might not
even
have.
though
Maybe they just
they
removed
live
the
far
dog
away,
and monkey from the
their
US
skill
version.
levels are different, or
This is
their
fucked up.
experience does not happen
Now I
at
know
the
how
This
same
is
time.
Xenoblade
censorship.
fans feel.
It's censorship, I
US,
told you.
It was a peak of
Wait, no.
college
Okay,
football
Sega
season.
Tetris.
Nintendo TV community is designed to allow users to post messages with
Okay, why
tags
does
of
only
TV
sometimes it
shows
have the monkey?
they watch to Miiverse. This tag system is especially suited for live
Okay,
sports
this is
games.
Japanese text on screen.
You see active
Maybe it
comments
is-
posted from many customers.
Maybe only the Japanese version has.
There is no such format
the
to
dog and
enjoy
monkey?
TV
The monkey, the
programs
dog?
like
Oh,
this
no.
before.
fucked. Well, we gotta get an
and
arcade cabinet
we
now.
see that A new relationship
reach
has
a
been
lot?
established.
Oh, well,
between
Leroy
TVs
Jenkins.
in the living rooms
Was that a Leroy
and
Jenkins
Miiverse.
reference?
Yes, it was a Leroy Jenkins.
Miiverse
Happy
allows
2013.
users to attach
Is
a
Sega
screenshot
Dreamcast-
so you
This
can
episode's
post
got a
your
lot of
feelings
internet stuff
along
in it.
with a gameplay moment
Ah, okay.
captured
Inherently
as a
region locked consoles
screenshot,
will only natively play
which
retail
is a
disc.
new
Oh.
offering from Miiverse.
I gotta get a Japanese Dreamcast.
During the
then.
holiday season last year, one customer
Whoa,
posted
so these are just
this
gonna be.
screenshot.
These aren't specific collabs. This is just
This
like,
post
hey, you can
captured
post
the
about these
game
games on
characteristic
Miiverse,
well
which is
and
true.
made a very nice message.
Do you guys ever play
Next,
Scribblenauts? Oh,
I
never
would
mind.
like
I
to
guess we're done looking
highlight
at that.
some excellent
played the Wii U
quality
version of Scribblenauts
hand-drawn
Unlimited?
illustrations.
I did.
No, I never
We
did.
have
I never
already
made
I did. That was the,
post
that's
that.
the
same
best way to play it.
If you peeked
Yeah.
at Miiverse in Wii U.
Smoka Joka.
But
That's a good
everyone
name.
in Nintendo was surprised
Manny.
that
Well, that's just
there are
tracing.
so many people who are very good at
There was a lot
drawing.
of that across Miiverse.
There are too many great hand-drawn
Oh,
Doug
that's the
Brazil
day I
to
turned
show
12.
here.
And there's
Some
Iwata.
scenes that I introduced here are just a small part of what is happening
Yeah,
in
you didn't want to
Miiverse.
spoil the whole thing.
If you have a
Yeah,
Wii U,
yeah,
please
yeah.
take a look.
Oh,
You
He's
might
talking to
not
us. We all
stop
have
browsing
Wii Us.
comments in Miiverse for hours. Please
this whole
don't
direct
lose
might be
track
the
of time.
Miiverse.
Some special Mii characters
Why
with
does he look
marking
like that?
are beginning to appear in Miiverse. A green
Oh,
check
no.
mark is attached
Can we
at
do
the
that?
upper left of the
Oh,
Mii.
back in the day of green check marks.
These are Mii
Do you remember when they
characters
removed
that
likes on
have been
Twitter to
confirmed
begin
as the
with, and
official
then everyone
accounts
left a
of the
little
listed
Miiverse
user.
Yeah, under post they like.
We created this system
Oh, yes.
for
Those
corporations,
were the days.
Now they're rolling
organizations,
out a
Terrible,
Twitter
terrible
and
over
days.
other
that
individuals
you could only read
to
so many
have their
posts within a day.
authenticity verified by Nintendo.
Without paying, of course.
At present, we verified accounts
I'll
for
still take it over
individuals
Blue Sky.
such as
I
people
fucking hate
who
Blue Sky, but
involved
I will
with
never pay
software
for Twitter out of
development
spite.
and are mainly utilizing
Wait, you hate Blue Sky?
these
What's wrong with
accounts
Blue Sky?
to provide new
They don't get my
information
jokes, they don't
about
get my
their games
bits.
and services.
I feel like I'm missing out.
We
These
gotta.
special
I
videos
don't like Twitter, but
can
at least
attach
Twitter,
links
like,
to
there's
an
a cynical
external
edge to it.
website.
That,
Twitter is
that
like
works
a,
for
is like
me.
America.
Or
I've had
can
this
embed
conversation with people
YouTube
who live
videos.
in different countries that, like,
I think
there's
that
always the
there
conversation
are
of
many
like, well, why are
people
you
who
like still
viewed
there
the
really?
post
And it's like, well,
from
the
Mr.
shitty people that took over.
Takemoto,
Not to say that
the
America's
director
never
of
had
New
problems,
Super
but
Mario
like I was here
Bros. U,
first. They should fucking leave.
where he
Like,
shared Super Play videos
You're not
with the
wrong.
new
I'm
Super
I'm not leaving the
wrong
Mario
at
country
all.
Bros.
because of
U
that fucking
community.
idiot in charge, right? I'm gonna
We will
outlive him.
continue to
Hopefully.
utilize this
God, it would be
feature
really sad if
and
I
provide a
I was
variety
gonna
of
say,
updates
don't
and
jinx
new
it.
information
man,
now
I'm gonna
that
get
you can
subpoenaed
view
or
YouTube
whatever.
videos from within Miiverse.
Oh yeah, 140p.
Stepping away from Miiverse since launch,
Okay, we're stepping away from Miiverse.
we've been receiving many consumer requests for a
Been
variety
receiving
of
several complaints.
improvements that they would like to see with Wii U. We are planning to provide two significant system updates,
Oh?
one in spring and another in
Hearing this
summer,
while you're in
in response
January.
to
Yeah, there's an
some
update coming in
of these
spring.
requests, and to also add
They
some
add.
new
Who else could they
features.
add?
We recognize the time it takes to launch software and to return to the menu screen.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
God, what was
is
it
one
like
of the
before?
big
It was
issues on
really
Wii U.
bad. I don't know if you. I do.
We are
remember
going
that.
to
Oh, I
improve
think this is like.
incrementally
I think either one of these updates was the time when they added the
With
quick
these
start, because before that, like in order to start a game on the Wii U, you had to like go through the start and then the Miiverse kind of opening, and it was like a minute and a half.
We've been
Okay.
hearing a lot since even before Wii U launch is everyone saying they like to play virtual console games on the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, everyone does love the virtual.
We are planning to
console.
launch the Wii U virtual console service right after the spring system
Okay.
update release.
So they hadn't rolled that out yet either.
And it was the worst virtual console ever.
Lineup
Well, I guess in
prepared
retrospect, the Nintendo
over
Switch
a long
Online,
period
like,
of time.
Has a lot of
So
games
we cannot
for
offer
a
the
low
entire
price,
lineup
but
at
it would
the
be better if
time
they had all of
the Wii U
games.
virtual console
Are there any
service
games that were
starts.
on Virtual Console that aren't on
Please
NSO
understand
yet? Probably a
the
lot of
situation.
N64 ones.
Donkey Kong 64.
At the time
yeah,
the
probably
service
most
starts,
N64 games.
we will
But once
prepare a
that's dealt
selection
with-
of NES and Super NES titles.
Oh no, so they did do this as well. They
the
just
Wii U
rolled them out
version
slowly.
of virtual console games
But
are
this time you
being
had to pay
newly
individually.
developed
Like, I
for
understand people
the
who
Wii
say
U
they
system. The
alternative
ability to
ways
play,
to play it,
off
other
TV
than on
on
the
the Wii U
Switch.
gamepad, as well as
could run that shit on your
accessibility
fucking
to a
calculator.
Miiverse community. We are also planning to add other platforms, including Game Boy Advance, which we haven't released for the Wii Virtual Console.
This is
Isn't
new.
it crazy how it took them like 3 years to announce all this stuff on the Switch, or like 4 years? I mean, the GBA was actually took forever, basically.
Yeah, they had that stuff on 3DS
transferred
pretty early
it to
on.
Wii U.
Or not early on, but I guess in this
The
era. of Wii U, they
prices
had it on
for
3DS
NES
first.
and Super NES Virtual Console games
Yeah, see,
for
like, this
Wii
is
U
a mess.
will
Like,
be the same as they were
$9
for
isn't
the
a
Wii
whole
version.
lot, but for like a Super
If
Nintendo
you
game
have
on the
already
Wii U.
purchased the Wii version of a certain NES or Super NES Virtual
Oh,
Console
wait a
game,
minute. I stand
you
corrected.
can purchase the
Wait, what makes
enhanced
them
Wii U
reduced?
version
What is the
of
regular
the same
price? Like what
game
they used to
at a
be?
reduced price. If you
I
have
have no- I
already
don't
purchased the
remember.
game on Wii and transferred it to Wii U, the Nintendo eShop will display
they had
the
backwards
reduced
compatibility
price
with the
for
Virtual
you
Console.
automatically.
I downloaded the My
2013
Pokemon
is the
Ranch, I
30th
think, to the
anniversary
Wii U at like the
of
last
the
second
release
I could,
of
because
the
they were
original
delisting a
family
lot of those
computer
WiiWare
or
games.
Famicom from
And I
Nintendo
did
in
it, and then
Japan,
to
which
grind
of course was called the
putting
NES in
Pokemon in it to get
America
that
and
Mew. I
Europe.
think you needed 999
So
in it.
we
But
have
you could only
decided to
transfer
offer
from one game
a
once you
virtual
had linked
console
it.
trial
And I'd already
campaign,
transferred all my
making
Pokemon out of my
one
Pokemon
NES
Diamond.
title
So I was
or
like
Super
using
NES
Route
title
1 stuff
available
to catch
for
other Route 1
purchase
stuff. Like I
each
basically
month,
just transferred in
starting
900
this month and
Starlies,
lasting
Bidoof,
through
and
July,
Cricketots.
the month when the Famicom originally launched. The titles coming before April will be available before the official Virtual Console service starts.
Okay.
We are planning this campaign to offer the Virtual Console experience on Wii U to a wider range of players. To
You know, the
celebrate
owners of the Wii
the
U.
30th anniversary of the Famicom,
Gonna
the
sublet the Wii
selected
U
titles
as is.
will be available
What they should
for
have
the
done as a
special
promotion
low
is
price
allowed you to
of
pay for the Wii U in
30
ships,
cents.
and then just pay them back.
Each title will be available at the special price for 30 days.
30th anniversary.
You don't
30
need
cents,
to
30
have a
days.
Wii version Virtual Console game to participate in this campaign.
So you could rent
The price for
Famicom
each
games?
title will return to its normal price after the campaign distribution period is over. After that time, if you already own the Wii Virtual Console version, you will be able to purchase the game at the reduced price. If you do not own the Wii version,
This is
you can
overly
purchase
confusing.
the game at the normal eShop price.
How far are we into this?
So
It really
after
is.
You will
All right,
try
we're like
out
a third. I don't
Yeah.
think
these
we have
games
yet to. This is what I
during
mean
the
by
campaign
unlimited
period
games,
to
but no
see
This one-
games.
if
this
you
one
might
is,
be
this one's kinda
interested
rough.
in buying a particular game. These are the games we will be offering.
Wow, no, they
each
were doing
month
monthly releases
as a
as
part
well.
of the
Damn.
campaign.
What do they mean by Yoshi?
We've selected Balloon
Yoshi
Fight
for the
as the
NES?
first title in the campaign,
Okay.
a game on
I think so, yeah.
I was one of the developers. You can purchase the game as soon as this Nintendo Direct is concluded.
Wow.
Please download it and enjoy. Perhaps you will want to show off your skills by posting how much you can score in the balloon trip on Miiverse.
I'm scoring. How much I'm gonna
I'm
score.
hoping
in
some of
Balloon
you
Fight.
would post a screenshot with a great score on your post to surprise
They
us.
want us to be social using the Miiverse.
Combining Virtual Console games with Miiverse opens up another new possibility for the service.
Huh?
As I've said before, the fun of games is being able to both enjoy the game themselves, plus being able to talk about them with others and share those
It
experiences.
never occurred to me. I don't know why I assumed that they
For
like, knew
example,
what they were saying
in
or they filmed
Pikmin
them in
3,
intervals, but this
we
does
are
feel very
planning
much like a
to include a
teleprompter. Wait a
feature
minute.
that
Whoa!
lets you
You can
use
post
the
pictures of
Wii U
Pikmin.
gamepad as a
You can post
camera
it
Oh, the
on
piss
to
rocks
capture
are real.
close-up photos in game
I saw it. I
and
saw a
share
real
them
image of it.
in Miiverse. I think you will be able to find new enjoyment by capturing climactic moments where you can see
That's
sceneries
horrifying.
and creatures
That's
at the
terrifying.
same
It's
eye
getting
level
closer.
Oh, okay,
as
that's less
Pikmin,
terrifying.
Oh,
and
wait.
share them with others.
Okay.
For Wii Fit
Should've
U,
led with
Yummy.
it. Oh,
we
shit,
are going
Fit
to
You.
add
Can you
new
take pictures
features
of your own body
that
weight?
will let you create closed
Or
user
can you share your
communities
weight
on
with
Miiverse.
other people?
A specific
is
ID
a rough
number
one.
will be assigned for
Yeah,
each
this
user
is
community.
This is a It's titled
Once
Wii
you
U Direct
use
Nintendo
the ID number
games.
within Wii Fit U, You can then access it to see the community in the Miiverse screen. It may be easier to understand
the sharing
if you
winning
remember
situation?
the community features in Mario Kart 7 for Nintendo 3DS.
Okay.
You will be able to discuss exercises, BMI
5 pounds in a
or
month.
weight changes, and other health topics
This
with
seems
other
like
players who you are
unhealthy. Like,
exercising
this is an
with
unhealthy
to
community to have
encourage
for a game.
and push each other to achieve your fitness goals.
It's hard.
Because-
the worst
Yeah,
thing-
it's
the
good
last
no
thing
one
you wanna
actually
do-
played We Fit You
The
because
last thing
like
you want to do when trying to
that
pick up
employs
fitness
many
is
internet
comparing yourself to
server-side
your friends and
features.
followers.
We can easily make changes and also add features.
Sometimes.
We are planning to expand
Oh, I forgot the
some
fucking
features this
Big
spring.
Mouth Animal Show came out.
The user community,
Oh, I saw clips
which
of
will
that,
be
right.
That also
introduced
came
at the
out.
time
Whatever.
of the Wii Fit U launch, is one of these
I
additional
wonder if I
features.
could quickly run and get a sandwich and come back.
We will
in the time
also
before they
add
announce
additional
something.
official communities for individual software titles and usability improvements. We are seeing
feel like
issue that
you would've
interesting posts can easily be
Figured
buried
all
by
this
many
just by
posts
using a
these
Wii. Like, I
days.
guess they're selling you on the Wii U, but
To
like,
solve the issues, we are working on adding a filtering
if you already have a
functions
Wii U,
and
you
so
know how the
forth,
Miiverse works,
which
more or
users can
less.
use to access posts conveniently one by one.
Mm-hmm.
We recognize there are other areas of Miiverse we can improve, and we plan to tackle
This-
these one
we haven't
by
seen a
one
game.
in
We
the
haven't
near
seen
future.
The Nintendo games.
We are also working
We got 20
on
minutes
preparing
left, though. There's still
functionality
time.
that will allow you to browse Miiverse from smartphone beginning this spring.
Could you
This
do
is
that?
called Wii U
At
Direct
first,
Nintendo games.
It's
Like, what
going
the fuck?
to be
I
a
didn't know you could check
browser-based
Miiverse from your
experience
phone.
from smartphones. But we
I
are
don't-
also
Yeah, actually, I forgot about
actually do
that.
that.
smartphone
Oh, can you
app
not? Did they not roll
in the
this
future.
out?
I don't know.
When you access Miiverse and see the post from your smartphone, you will have to use
'Cause the new
your
people got
Nintendo
screenshots from
Network
it a lot.
ID and password. I believe this will expand the potential of Miiverse when you can access it away from home. We'll make the
Now we just need
announcement
to be able to
once
access
we
Nintendo
can
today
confirm
on
more
browser.
concrete
That would honestly
timing.
solve a lot of the problems.
Next, I will talk about the games
Oh!
Nintendo has planned for the future.
Games, everyone wake up,
But
games!
before I do that, I should mention that there will be no new titles released for Wii U from Nintendo in January or February.
Oh,
Jesus
Nintendo takes
fucking
seriously
Christ!
its
Why would you
ability to
say
offer a
that?
steady stream of new titles
I should let you know though
in
that we
the
have no
very
games.
early days of a new platform to
Unlimited
establish
games and
a
no
good
games.
lineup of software. On the other hand, we also firmly believe we have to offer quality experiences when we release new titles.
Guys, enjoy our
Based on
Nintendo
our
games
software development
Direct where we don't
schedules at
announce
the
any
end of
new
last
games.
year.
Right,
Enjoy.
well, it's going to be all
Thank
their
you.
third-party
concluded
support, which they don't have.
We should spend.
How
a
is this
little more
dealing with
time
your
to
tiredness, by the
satisfy
way?
our
Is this
Nintendo
helping at all?
standard of quality.
I made the financial
apologize
decision to
to
lean my chair back like a
those supporting
recliner while
Wii
watching
U
this, and that was a bad
about
idea.
the lack
'Cause
of new
now I
titles from
can't.
Nintendo in January and
I gotta
February.
lock in.
But please understand,
Gotta lock
we
in.
will have new titles to offer from March onward.
This is kind of like what people
We are
think
planning
of when
a
they
steady
think of
stream
like
of
the
games
early directs.
from this
And the
year
early
to
directs were
summer,
never this bad.
including
It was like charming and silly
Game
the
and
first
Wario,
couple times we watched it, but
Wii
now
Fit
we're getting
U,
into the. This is
Pikmin 3,
the dark ages.
Lego
well, like,
City
we're
Undercover
almost
from
at
our friends at TT
a
Games,
Smash era,
and of
maybe with
course,
Smash reveals.
the wonderful 101,
Wonderful
which
101.
Platinum Games is
A Wii
working
U
on.
exclusive.
It's for
Until
the
it wasn't.
first time in a while that we can offer new information about the wonderful 101. Today, we have some new footage. Please take a look at it.
Seeing Wonderful 101. Oh shit, okay.
Oh, I think it is. Yep.
This is your first and
I
only
assumed
warning,
this was out
invaders.
already.
Surrender your arms or we'll
To
have
be
to
fair,
use
when
force.
I heard like, oh, no Nintendo games with the third party stuff, this was a pretty heavy hitter for the Wii U.
The mighty Lambo will wipe their simpering smiles.
I never played the Switch version of this. I wonder if it's actually good.
Was
Unless
there
you come
Switch
down
version?
here and I toss you in a cage where
Yeah,
you
didn't they put it to Switch?
I thought the deal was that they were like, hey, Nintendo, you can pay us again for right to remain exclusive. And then Nintendo's like, we're not doing it. So then they put it on. It might be on.
Roger. Time for that alien to eat.
Yeah, okay. PS4, Switch, Wii U, and so yes. Oh, there was a remastered version on Switch.
Team, unite up! Roger! The wonderful 101!
This is just Hero 1.
But it's just like basic ass logo.
So basic, I
All right. Let's
They
move.
should have made this a Hero 108 game, then they could have had a tie-in. That was big at the time. It was big in
As
my
for
household,
I
at
know,
the very
right?
least.
You may want to know about Bayonetta 2, right?
Yeah, Bayonetta 2, I learned a lot
The
about modern
development
cartoons.
of the
while I think you
title is
mentioned
going
too.
well, but it's
Gotta
not the
keep
right
my nose to the
timing to
grindstone for
discuss
Doodle
details about the game yet.
I don't know, Apple
However,
had shooters. I
here
didn't know they
is
had
a
shows at
special
all.
video from the game.
Yeah, you know, to be fair, this is kind of hype.
What was Bayonetta on originally?
I think like probably PS2 and
PlayStation 3
Xbox, or maybe
was terrible.
PS3 and Xbox 360.
Like the Bayonetta PS3 version of Bayonetta is notoriously terrible.
I guess
そういう
that
と
was
ころ
like
で、
last
まあ、
gen.
ワンではなかった場所は、この世界観に合わせるのにどうやったらいいのかなっていうところ
I
が
forgot,
結
but
構
I
苦
mean,
労
like,
し
you
ました
said
ね。
this but like, it really just hasn't been grandfathered
ワン
in
の
as
方と
Nintendo
固まってるんで、もうちょっと違った面白いネタがないかっていうところで考えてるところです。
And then
ス
both
ピード感
Bayonetta
今
3
回
and
全然違う
Shuri
ので、もう最初からラスボス感漂ってる感じで、その辺を結構楽しんでもらえるんじゃないかなとは思ってますけど。
やっぱり Wii U ならではの遊び方を提供すると同時に2ならではの部分でクライマックス感を打ち出していきたいと思うんで、その辺は期待してもらいたいです。
She's real!
You want to touch me?
Huh? There's two of them. This is the one that introduces Enzo, right? No, this is the one that has the cold open with Enzo. He was already in the last one.
In the past, Iwata asks focused on each individual game and its contents. We think it's good to try a new style and discuss the game development studio and its culture and philosophies. Our first experiment with this will be Iwata Asks Platinum Games. I visited Platinum Games and talked with Minami-san and Inaba-san.
I asked them why their game was taking so long.
This time, I was able to
Really had to put my foot
concentrate
down
on
here.
and ask about the background of two game creators from Platinum Games and their fundamental approach and philosophy toward game development without getting into details of the game. I had a different feeling from previous Iwata Asks sessions.
Okay.
Please wait for
I
its
guess
release
Iwata Ask
soon.
was a bigger deal than the Direct.
I'd also like
Oh,
to talk
this
with
game.
Kamiya-san at the launch of The Wonderful 101. It's going to be a separate Iwata Asks session in the future. Some of you may have some expectations of new information about the all-new Smash Bros. Game
Oh?
for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U.
Okay.
It is a huge development undertaking, and we need more time before it launches. Mr. Sakurai, who is leading the development efforts, told us, we set the timing to review the first game screens of the new Smash Bros. At this year's E3.
Okay.
Game development
I didn't know
is
they
on
announced that
track.
ahead of time.
I would like
I forgot
to
they
ask
did,
you
yeah.
To wait for just
Oh yeah.
a
I
little
remember that
longer.
E3 being big. I was
Now,
watching Game
I'd
Explain
like
with
to
bated
talk about
breath.
some Nintendo titles about which we haven't made any previous
Okay,
announcements.
so no, they do have new games. Or they're saying
Our
they're going to be
EAD
at
Tokyo
E3.
team, which created the Mario Galaxy series for Wii and Super Mario 3D Land for Nintendo 3DS,
This does not bode
is
well.
working on new 3D Mario action game
Whoa,
for
a
Wii
new
U.
3D Mario. Actually, I hope
And
it's
we
like
are also
64 or
working on
Sunshine.
Mario Kart for
I hope it's a
Wii,
great exploration
series
game.
that has seen one
And a new
story.
Mario
Oh wow,
Kart.
dude!
How
Dude, actually, this is
existed
kind of a
these
bigger direct than we were giving it credit for.
I don't know if they're going to
planning
show
to
us, though. I
show
think they're
these
just
titles.
saying...
They're
like,
not
hey,
showing
we're
us
working on
yet,
this
yeah.
game.
But you know,
At E3.
We got to wait for
Please
E3.
wait for a while to see how those experiences have evolved
is that on the
Wii U.
playlist? Is there E3?
We are also working on a new party game.
Oh yeah,
from
E3.
the
Okay, that's still
creators
Nintendo Direct.
of
That's
Wii
awesome.
Party to release this summer.
Oh my God, there's still another
this
10 minutes.
There are
Yeah, we
various
gotta see
gameplay
whatever this
styles.
is.
For example,
Oh, Wii
I
Party.
might-
uses
this-
Wii Party?
Wii
this
U
might be
gamepad
it.
as
I didn't know
an
that they made
unusual
another one
kind
of
of
these.
dice, letting you play virtual board
Well,
games
you can gamble.
on TV.
I played the hell out of this game on the Wii. We were doing this
The other
one
one will use
competition amongst me and my two
the
friends,
gamepad and
Chris
Wii
and
remote
Ranch. Just give a
to
bullet
encourage
for Chris.
communication between players.
And we just played all of the multiplayer games that I had to see who could win the most and keeping track. And because there were only 3 of us, I think in Wii Party there needs to be 4 players. So we just used this one CPU and it kept randomizing, and his name was Greg. And he kept beating us every time.
Some
think-
will
oh,
not
there's the
Is he like that one Wii
use
Sports
but will
NPC?
only
Yeah, I
use one
suppose,
gamepad
but I don't know.
to
Nobody else
pit
knows the
two
legend of
players
Greg.
play against each other. This game will
You
use
really do this on the
the
Switch as well, but they
features
never
of
really
Wii
did.
U
I
to
remember in
create
that
very different
2018
experience
E3, they
from
like showed off
games
that you could put
like
2 Switches
Nintendo
next to each
Land
other for that Mario
or
Party.
Game
But I've
&
never
Wario.
seen anybody actually do it.
This will continue to enhance our image of making
It sucks. 'Cause
Wii U
Super Mario
the
Party had some
system
great mini
that
games,
brings
and like
everyone together.
nobody played that game.
For
Nobody
these
went
titles,
back to that game.
Even though they are certainly new announcements, you may expect them and say, it's natural that Nintendo would be preparing new versions for these series.
Oh?
So we
saw
have
more of that than we did
2
Mario
more
Kart or
titles
Smash
in
Bros. or
development
Mario.
that I'd like to share with you. First is a new game being developed by the team behind Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Oh? Right.
This time,
of course.
the main character is Yoshi.
Woo!
Takashi Tezuka,
Oh, in utter
who
silence.
Kinda crazy
was
how,
the
like,
director
different this
of
looks.
Yeah, it
Yoshi's
just does-
Island
oh, there
and
he is,
Yoshi's
okay.
Story, is supervising
I was
the
mistaking this for
development
the
of
other
this
one that
title.
they announced at the
That's
launch
such
of
a
the
weird. That's
Switch.
such a weird kind of
Since the
blurb.
last time
Tezuka is
we
deeply
had
involved with
new
development
game
as a
home
supervisor.
console featuring
Right.
Yoshi
Yeah,
as
as
the
if
main
like
character.
we know him very
The
personally.
last one was Yoshi's
Maybe he
Story,
directed this game.
which we introduced for Nintendo 64 back in
They're saying this was the last.
1998.
Oh, this is the last console Yoshi
We
game.
would like to leverage the
I
Wii U
remember this
graphics
fucking image. We
and
saw
hardware
these on loop
capability
for
to
so
show
long.
how attractive a new
'Cause they
Yoshi
were on the
game can be.
website.
The second is a new collaboration title. Please take a look.
Oh.
Well, there
Is
goes
this
all
Tokyo
my-
Mirage Sessions? That was like 2 years later.
You have to tell me.
It's like some. This is
I'm gonna assume.
no, this
Is
is
it?
Tokyo Mirage. I'm trying
Oh,
to think.
yeah,
Like,
this
oh no,
fucking
never mind. It is
game,
Tokyo
yeah.
Mirage Sessions. Okay.
This is the first one, or have they done this before? Because like this is a sub-series that's a crossover between the two, right?
I mean, I think this was the first one. Okay. Yeah, I guess they didn't announce the
This
name
is
yet
a
because, like,
collaboration
yeah, I thought that
between
game came out in like
Shin Megami
2015
Tensei by Atlus
or maybe
and
2014.
the
Let me
Fire
see.
Emblem franchises. Because
Yeah, it
the
came out in
scope of
2015, so
game
this is kind of
development
early.
For each title is getting
Well, they did
larger
just show
and
Speed
larger.
as the character, but
We cannot
it seems
That's
like
true.
enough titles.
this
for
is
Wii
less
U
of like a
using
marketing,
the
like these are
same
commercials for
approaches
games, and
we
more than
have
like these
taken
games
in
are
the
in
past.
development. We're working on them right now.
This collaboration
Yeah.
with Atlus is
I think I honestly I think they started moving away from that because there's some like
we are working with
they had some bad experiences with things like Metroid Prime 4 and shit like that. Like it's better to just announce games when they're when you can put your money where your mouth is, you know.
Yeah, it's all marketing.
Please
now.
look forward to hearing
Where it
about
seems
them.
like early directs, it kind of seems like they were made for
Finally
investors.
comes
Weird.
the last topic for
I know
today.
though they weren't, but it has that same vibe.
We are going to discuss
wonder.
our plan for the Legend of Zelda series on Wii U. Please allow Eiji Aonuma.
Oh wait, is this Zelda U? Is this Zelda U?
Yeah,
Or
this
maybe
is
it's
a
Wind
big-
Waker. I think it's Wind Waker
Oh,
HD actually.
Right, 'cause we haven't
Nintendo
seen that
Direct.
yet.
I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of The Legend of Zelda.
He's rocking that
ゼルダの
gamer fit,
25周年を皆さんと一緒にお祝いさせていただいたのは、ついこの間のような気がしていたのですが、
Oh, yeah, that's when they released
あれからもう
the
1年も経っているのですね。
and
時日の
ruined
経つのは早いものです。昨年末には Wii U も発売され
That
ま
was
したの
like
で、
I was kind of
そろ
on
そ
the
ろ
internet,
Wii U
but I
の新
wasn't
作
really
ゼルダに
privy
つ
to all
い
the
て
Zelda
皆さんにお
speculation
話しし
stuff.
た
I
いと思う
never
のです
lived in
が、
a pre-official
詳しい
timeline
話は
world.
実際のゲームの
Like,
画
when I
面を見
was
ていただけ
online,
るように
the
なってか
official
らすると
timeline
し
was
て、
just always
I wasn't a big enough
その
Zelda
開発テー
fan
マについて
before
お話し
like
させ
the
ていただ
official
こうと思いま
timeline
す。
was a thing.
Yeah.
Wii U の新作ゼルダの開
Oh, a
発テーマは
new Zelda
ズ
game
バリ
for Wii U.
Oh my God, Zelda
ゼルダの当たり前を
U!
見直すです。
Rethink that. This might be the
ゼル
tech
ダの当たり前というのは、例えばシナリオに沿って順番にダンジョンを攻略するという当たり前や、一人で黙々と遊ぶという当たり前など、ここ最近のゼルダで当たり前になってきたことを原点に立ち返り、今遊びたいスタイルに生まれ変わらせようということです。実はこれと同じようなチャレンジはスカイウォードソードでもしてきたのですが、一本道な構成にはあまり手をつけられませんでした。今回それが具体的にどんな風に生まれ変わるかについては、もう少し出来上がりを確かめてからお話しさせていただきたいと思います。それとは別に、本日はその Wii U の新作の開発の過程で生まれたちょっと興味深い画像がありますので、それをぜひ皆さんにご覧いただきたいと思います。ファンの皆さんにはこれが何の画像かもうお分かりのことと思いますが、これは今から10年前ゲームキューブのタイトルとして発売されたゼルダの伝説風のタクトの舞台となったタウラ島を Wii U で HD 画像化したものです。
I think Wind Waker was already kind of being looked back at fondly, you know?
I mean, especially because like Twilight Princess had come out, and
Wii U
that
の
was
ゼ
like
ルダの
the
デモを
edgy
公開し
Zelda
てか
that
ら
everyone
さら
wanted.
にそのグラフィックを検討するために過去のシリーズタイトルをいくつか
I think Wind Waker, I mean, the initial hate wave was kind of just completely gone within the first like 4 or 5 years, to be honest. I mean, maybe I'm rewriting history, but
この画像を
you
皆
know.
さんにご覧いただいたのは
新作のゼルダを完成させるにはまだまだ時間がかかりそうなので、それが発売できるようになるまでの間に Wii U で生まれ変わった風のタクトを皆さんに遊んでいただけるように製品化することにしたというご報告をしたかったからなのです。 Wii U の風のタクト、新作同様楽しみにしていてください。
As you've seen, we are working on 2 The Legend of Zelda games for Wii U to reach to all of you. We also think The Wind Waker, with its whimsical and enduring cartoon style, is the perfect game for introducing first-time players to the Zelda universe. This time, we not only will be updating the graphics, but will also tune up the overall game experience. You will be able to play it on your TV, but will also be able to play it off TV on the Wii U gamepad.
Okay.
You should be
That's
able
just the case
to
with
use
every Wii U
Miiverse
game.
this time too. I think you will.
Well, I think
find
some
this
games
can
didn't
add
have
new
the
elements of
you can
fun.
turn off your TV feature.
As for the brand new Wii U Zelda game,
That might be why.
since it is a bigger development project, it will take some time before we can make more concrete announcement.
I'm sure it'll be out soon.
But I hope you will look forward to our new challenges.
When did Wind
for
Waker HD come out?
Revisiting every
It was like
single
early.
detail
I got it like
in the
one of
Zelda
the first
series.
games I got for the Wii U.
Please
It came out
soon
September
updates
of
on
2020,
our
2013.
So I just played Nintendo Land.
Because yeah, I think I got it some point
I have
2014.
one more important topic.
I wonder if I got this console. I feel like
Mr.
I did
Tetsuya
get
Takahashi
it like
and his
Christmas
team at
2012
Monolith
because it was out
Soft,
in November by
who
then. I had
work
already seen
on
the Brenofloss
Xenoblade,
video, but
are working on
what
new
does
titles.
Brenofloss know that we don't?
Please take a look.
Oh, video game. Monolith. Soft.
No, wait, this is X. Is this X?
Oh my god.
Oh, wait.
Oh no, I think X had already been out. I think this is this just Xenoblade X? I forget. Because I remember there was like an initial release like trailer of just like someone picking the mechs and stuff. This is Xenoblade X.
Oh, okay. There was Elma just then. That's Elma, right? Or no?
I'm not seeing it close enough. I mean, that right now that's the Avatar character. I'm pretty sure. I think that's Elma. That was just Elma, or maybe not. That's just Xenoblade, yeah.
Okay, Xenoblade.
And those are the
Xenoblade
scales.
X, Xenoblade Chronicles X,
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what this game is. But actually, was this called? I'm not sure if this was called Xenoblade X yet.
Xenoblade X.
Yeah, it was still just called X. Which is like such a fucking troll, because that's like very similar to the X for Xenogears.
Yeah.
Today's Nintendo Direct offered a slightly different flavor.
Are
we
there
couldn't
two
talk
separate
about
games
Nintendo
called
3DS
Xenoblade
today,
X and Xenoblade Chronicles
but
X, or are they the
we
same
will
game?
find a separate
No, it's same game.
Okay.
So there was like initially, I think it must have been like 2012. They showed a trailer of just like a mech walking in the hangar or whatever, and I think it was just called X. And then I guess that trailer came out. Eventually, it was announced that this was Xenoblade Chronicles X. It wasn't totally sure at first because some people thought maybe it's just some other Takahashi shit. But yeah, it wasn't totally clear yet.
So was Elma not always the main character?
Thank you for watching.
I mean, you play as an avatar character. I don't know, honestly. I feel like it might have been something I've heard once, but I couldn't say what's the word very confidently.
Yeah.
But the whole who's the real protagonist thing when it comes to Xenoblade X is sort of a fun conversation, but it's probably not one. You kind of have to play it to enjoy that conversation.
I mean, a lot of it just derives from like Smash speculation, where it's like, oh yeah, I know Elma because people.
Yeah, I think people
were like, oh yeah, Elma's next.
I think people lean towards Elma because if they tried to do like the avatar from Xenoblade X in Smash, it probably would just be a little bit, I don't know, vague and not that interesting.
So it's like that character doesn't really talk. It just is your custom. Oh,
yeah, it's just a silent protagonist.
I forgot when I played it earlier this year that I just made my character look exactly like Elma, so I was just playing as two Elma. I forgot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you're woken up by the real Elma and you're fake Elma.
Right.
You're Liquid Elma or something.
In the future, yeah. Well, that is after another gap week. All we really have to cover on this installment of Switch 2 Ultra, and like I said, next week we will be thoroughly, firmly in June for June 2nd, and I can hopefully talk about Yoshi and both Lego Batman. And then after that point, in between June 2nd and June 9th, we will see the Summer Games Fest. We will see, I will see. I have my Amazing Digital Circus finale ticket, assuming that it doesn't, I'm still going to see it even if I get spoiled. There's that. Hoping to see more movies. I do got to get to the theater this weekend, or like live theater, because I'm going to miss my opportunity. Big month. I am exhausted. Also, I released a YouTube video on YouTube, if you can believe it. Right now, I'm working on a side channel thing that's hopefully going to be tied to the Switch 2. But if you want to hear more of this, go check out that second and probably final Clone Wars video. I have more Star Wars to talk about, but I won't talk about Clone Wars for a while. If it took 3 years between those, then I'll wait until 2029 to talk about it again. That's not a confirmation. I probably won't talk about it, probably. But with the previous weeks, we saw the release of the award-winning Pockettail Island video. Switchy, is there anything you're currently working on? Is there a next
couple
project?
Things.
Okay.
A couple things.
Oh, wait. You can't not mention the other award-winning game boxes.
I did
make
like
me
that
depressed.
video. Yeah, I like that
style.
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Could this be the next era of Switchy?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Series.
And Dan, you are perhaps working on a video still, perhaps?
Yes, I'm still working on that, and I have the MomoCon videos that I'm also working on that should hopefully be up in a week or so, maybe.
I've only recently realized my work ethic because I edited the vlog thing together, and then I showed it to everyone, and they're like, "Whoa, you did this already?" And I was like, "This is like a 3-minute thing." I guess I didn't realize how much I work until comparison is the thief of joy. But I have been your co-parent, BH Ultra.
And I've been your co-parent, Switchy.
And I've been your Funkle Dan.
And I'm gonna hope to get my voice and my groove back. And my legs, but for right now, I'm hanging up. I'm waking up to ash and dust. All right, everyone, I'm going to be streaming here again tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. A new installment, a 5th installment of Total Tomodachi Island. I got to pee so bad. It's so cold in my room. I think we're overcompensating because it's hot outside.